Alright, welcome everyone to... Oh, wait. Alright, so now that we've got that out of the way, let's get down to business. So, I have installed some mods into Skyrim. Yes, I wish to continue. Basically, there's a realism mod, Babes of Skyrim. I'll show you the whole list later, but we've got a whole bunch of mods in place, and we're about to see how things go. I'm not sure how they're going to look, but we'll see.
Got a big forklift, so I can finally lift up my fork.
This is a joke. That's a funny joke. He's lifting up the board with a fork. That's funny.
Alright. Well, it more or less looks the same. Not gonna lie.
Whoa! Whoa! Hey!
Why is some of the stuff stolen? Okay, cool. That's all I wanted.
Hey! Nice. Very.
Your eyes don't deceive. This taco is filled with crunchy, melty nachos from just a dog.
Alright, let's see what we can do. Immersive citizens have been activated. Cool. Didn't ask you, boy. Looking cool and all. Alright, let's get...
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! No, don't do it! Oh, oh, thank God! Thank God he made it! Next, TikTok. Oh! Yes!
Whee! Oh, okay. Let's see where we can go. We will go to Swindler's Den and work our way up to Solitude.
I just take back everything I just said. No, I do not like it. Oh my God, she's crazy bird. Ah!
And we will place a marker just so we got like a general idea of where we're going.
Okay, that's another TikTok video. Hope you guys have fun. If you like it, subscribe if you want to my channel. Did you have fun today?
We can stay on this path and see what we discover.
Whoa! Whoa! Hey! No. It's now so relevant that it's got a brand new minigame. Premium.
It's to me. A humble Canadian, when the SAT time rolls around each year. United States invades Canada 2019. A summary of Canadian provinces and territories. BC, wheat and salmon. Alberta, oil and cowboys. Saskatchewan, wheat. Manitoba. Ontario, center of the fucking universe. Quebec, that's actually not France. New Brunswick, lobsters. PEI potatoes. Nova Scotia, funny accents. Newfoundland and Labrador, funnier accents. Yukon, that's actually not Alaska. NWT, polar bears. None of it. Nunchucks and polar bears. Ontario government wants to make all teachers take mandatory math tests every year. The Ontario government wants to implement a mandatory annual math test that all teachers must pass.
Jesus!
They want to continue to teach. Ontario
Eat arrow.
teachers.
Finally.
Is Canada real? Yes. No.
You are forgiven.
US declares war on Canada 1812. This morning, in Canada in mid-April. Why is it snowing? This afternoon, in Canada in mid-April. Why did I wear a coat today? WTF, it's so hot out. Canadians, when they hear about the freezing temperatures in the USA, me extending a hand to help Canadians fight for net neutrality after so many of those smart asses joked about our fight, claiming how it's just an American thing they were tired of seeing, and how it would never happen to them despite us telling them it will absolutely affect them. I told yes, sir. Canadian culture is not being sure if the FBI is watching you, but waving at your laptop just in case, because you don't want to be rude. It's
Oh, come on!
the difference between American.
What the shit?
Just ask them to apologize. A Canadian will say sorry and an American will say go fuck yourself. I think the Canadians invented a thing called socks. The hottest new winter trend is ankle scarves. Please God no. When you spill your coffee in Canada, they all call it Canada, but I call it Americans after Trump was elected. 60% of Earth's lakes are in Canada, so are 70% of Seth Rogers. The full name of Canada's 15th Prime Minister was Joseph Philip Perez Sheki Bougalwali and Trudeau III. 60% of polar bears can be found in Canada, usually hanging out in its important parking lot. The Riddler's Aquarium of Canada in Toronto is home to the largest collection of sharks in North America. It is also the place with the largest disappearance of voicey children.
I thought I could make it.
Investigators asked, the word Canada is derived from the Irish.
Obviously, I couldn't make it.
Meaning, oh, sorry, I wonder where my tax dollars go. Canada 150. Well, it's spent $120,000 on this inflatable duck. This fucking duck cost taxpayers $200,000 and all it does is float around Canada.
Gotcha.
He's doing his fucking best over
Alright, sounds good.
being a because you sound like an American. Write like a Briton throwing just enough French.
Sounds good.
One out.
They're determined. Alright.
United Kingdom, Canada, United States, none of the above. Yes, I'd like to purchase Canada, please. I can't believe racism is still a problem.
Alright, back to it.
Aha, you fucking Canadian, go sleep in your igloo. Canada, you're the nicest country in the world. You're like a sweet apartment over a meth lab. The accuracy, it hurts. Look and feel Canadian instantly. Magic life transforming breath spray. Succumb to the fantasy. In Quebec, the day after New Year's is a holiday, where they try to think up new things to do with cheese that is worse than party. In 27 years there have not been any winners. Canadian man fools police with fake car made of snow. Illusion 100. I thought I got a ticket, but realized I live in Canada. When that couple who should just break up already invites you over for dinner, leave it to leave a question. Indigenous rights, oil pipelines, Justin Trudeau, fully costed Ontario NDP platform, blindly believing the ONDP will run the biggest deficit compared to the other two major political parties. People too lazy to bother using Google. America, I don't wanna go. My little guy's school went into lockdown because a squirrel got inside. Hashtag Canada. What's the status on the squirrel? Knee deep in tatter. Top dodging all traps. What a legend. For more spicy memes just like this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to check out our other videos and thanks for watching.
LOL.
I've had viewers ask me this for a long
Deuces,
time.
losers.
Well, it's finally time. Today, we're going to hit the two biggest Call of Duty developing studios against each other. Treyarch versus Infinity Ward. And you have my word. At the end of this video, I'm going to give you
Is
my
it here?
choice from my favorite studio, and this is not easy to do.
Hello.
So you guys let me know in the comment section, do you prefer Infinity Ward games or do you prefer Treyarch games? Let's let the debate begin. Do me a quick favor, everybody. If you enjoy the content, make sure you drop a like. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and turn on those post notifications. Ring that little bell so you get a notification whenever a new Chaos video goes live, so you can get the ever so important first comment. Okay, we're going to start off with art style. It is no secret that Infinity Ward and Treyarch have some pretty insane differences in their Call of Duty development, but what really sets them apart? Well, their art style. Looking back on the two developers' histories, there are plenty of obvious visual differences between them, even when their games are in similar settings. Ever since the first Black Ops, Treyarch's visual style has been a lot brighter and a lot more colorful than Infinity Ward, who usually sticks to a more grounded color palette with shades of gray and brown and very, very few bright, solid colors. And that transitions nicely into the next point. Tone. I think the main reason why Treyarch likes to go for brighter colors while Infinity Ward sticks to darker, more common colors is because Infinity Ward tends to set their games in a more realistic world, while Treyarch it's a little more experimental with the boundaries of reality in their games. Just look at the track record, alright? Treyarch has done Black Ops, which was a series of brainwashing, wacky specialists, futurist weapons, and vehicles with characters with super out there personalities and lines. Meanwhile, on the other end of the spectrum, Infinity Ward has stuck mainly to a more modern feeling game that is either set in the present day or in the near future, with the exception of Infinite Warfare. But even that game still featured the tone of one of the older Infinity Ward games. It was just in a different setting. Treyarch games tend to be a little more lighthearted and wacky, while Infinity Ward seems to keep things just a little more serious and grounded. Campaign consistency. Speaking of characters, let's talk a bit about campaigns. This one's kind of tricky, because if you look back during the Modern Warfare and the BO1 and BO2 days, there was a bit of a debate over which studio actually made better campaigns. But starting with the 8th console generation, I think everybody's going to agree that Infinity Ward has the upper hand when it comes to the single-player offering. Since the console generation changed, Infinity Ward has released Ghost and Infinite Warfare, two games that did not get great overall reception, but most everybody will agree, they had amazing campaigns.
Frost Troll.
Treyarch has released Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4, one of which had a pretty horrible campaign, and the other one didn't have a campaign at all. So, if you're looking at the modern Infinity Ward, modern Treyarch, it's pretty clear which
we are going to try and avoid these
but if you go back,
as much as possible because I am not leveled up enough for it.
Here we go, and this is not going to be easy to do, but I'm going to do it. Multiplayer consistency. Now, Infinity Ward may be more consistent when it comes with campaigns. Multiplayer, that's another story. Again, back in the old days, both studios had great multiplayer experiences in the form of Modern Warfare. Under the trilogy, they both World of War, the first two Black Ops games. But then, when the console generation changed, when we crossed over to the current Call of Duty era, it's got a little sloppy. Again, since the console generation changed, Infinity Ward has released Ghost and Infinite Warfare, while Treyarch has released BO3 and BO4. But unlike the one-sided, this one's a little tougher. On one hand, Black Ops 3 had a very well-received multiplayer. Black Ops 4, well, it started strong. And on the other hand, BO4 has seriously fallen off since launch. But
All right. All right. Appreciate the help.
On the third hand, Infinity Ward's two latest games didn't exactly have great multiplayer offerings either, but then on the fourth hand, both Ghost and Infinite Warfare now have a cult following of players who insist that they were underrated and they were too harshly criticized. So I want to know, what do you guys think? Does Infinity Ward or Treyarch make better multiplayer now? This is one of the categories that I can't declare a winner on. I don't know. Third modes. Ever since COD started doing a third mode, Treyarch and Infinity Ward have had very different approaches. Treyarch has always done a zombies mode. They probably always will do a zombies mode, but Infinity Ward, they've stretched out a little bit. They started with Spec Ops in Modern Warfare 2. Then they tried out survival mode in Modern Warfare 3. Then they tried out Extinction in Call of Duty Ghosts. And then they tried their own version of zombies in Infinite Warfare. So this one is hard to judge because on one hand, Treyarch is very consistent with putting out quality zombies.
Boom.
On the other hand, not everybody likes zombies.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Where's that other spider?
Extinction and Ghost was
There you go.
great, while BO3 Zombies was great. But then again, you could argue the other half. The BO4 Zombies wasn't that great, while Infinite Warfare Zombies, a lot of people actually enjoyed. So this is another one of those categories where I don't think I can declare a winner. I really don't. I want to know what you guys think. Does Infinity Ward or Treyarch make better third modes? And I know the popular opinion is probably going to be zombies. If you think about it, you get into it a little deeper, it's not that easy of an answer. At number 5, hit detection. Now this one is pretty obvious. I will have a definitive answer on this. Infinity Ward's hit detection is infinitely better than Treyarch's at this point. Now honestly, I'm not sure how this came to be since their games are made on essentially the same engine, but despite all the flack Infinity Ward gets on their multiplayer, one thing that everybody always agrees on is their hit detection is excellent. While Treyarch's multiplayer may be better received, hit detection often feels very inconsistent, especially in BO4. Again, I have no clue how this came to be. If you play, but if you play modern Infinity Ward games and you play a modern Treyarch game, it's extremely noticeable which one has the better hit detection, and hopefully Treyarch figures this out soon, because I can't think of a good reason why there's such a difference between them. Game pace. One thing that people don't talk about very much is the pace of each studio's games. Modern Warfares have always been an extremely fast-paced game with super quick times to kill, and Ghost was arguably even faster than that. Infinite Warfare was also a super fast game, and it was essentially just Black Ops 3 but on smaller maps and quicker movement. Meanwhile, on the other end, Treyarch games have always been a little more slower and methodical than Infinity Ward. Not only are the times to kill slightly longer, but BO4 even aims up the player health to make gunfights significantly longer. So if you go ahead and mix in the fact that Infinity Ward's map design often encourages constant engagements, while Treyarch's map design often encourages slower play and often encourages camping, you've got a pretty clear difference between the way the two studios approach the pacing of the top multiplayer experience. And this one is subjective. It all depends on if you like a slower pace or if you like a faster one. Ooh, map design. Woo! While we're on the topic of pacing, let's get into map design. Now, every COD game recently has been fixated on this idea of 3 lanes. Treyarch and Infinity Ward have really different approaches to how they actually create these 3 lanes and how those lanes interact with each other. Looking back, Treyarch's map design has been much more straightforward than Infinity Ward's. All you have to do is compare the map design in BO3 to the map design in Infinite Warfare. Almost all of BO3's maps feature 3 very distinct lanes with very little deviation from this design philosophy. But IW
Introducing Spectrum Mode, built on America's largest, most reliable LTE network, and designed to save you money. With the best network, the best devices, and the best power, Spectrum Mode could deliver.
Well, they took the 3-lane design but added more routes between the lanes and also had a heavier emphasis on verticality. Heck, we can go back even further. We can compare the map designs in MW3 to BO2. Modern Warfare 3 had some very wacky map designs, and some maps that completely abandoned the 3-lane design, while BO2's maps were all very good but also very safe and by the numbers. Generally speaking, Infinity Ward takes a bit more risks with their map design, which leads to some really interesting and great ones, but also leads to a lot more stinkers like Stonehaven. Community management. Now, Treyarch used to be the best COD developer in a lot of people's eyes when it came to community management and engagement. It's no secret. Well, that's not the case at the moment. People were upset about Infinity Ward, their handling of Infinite Warfare. They were constantly in communication on Twitter with the fans and trying to adjust the game accordingly to make sure people would better enjoy it. But people are upset about BO4 bugs, gameplay design, and lack of content. Well, Treyarch went radio silent for a while. In fact, Bondi has even made some pretty controversial statements on Twitter in response to fans, including his complete shutdown of people asking for the VSAT to be added to Black Ops 4. Treyarch doesn't really seem to be in that zone at the moment with their community management like they used to be, and we don't know how Infinity Ward will handle the community following the release of their next game. So it's kind of hard to believe it can get any worse for Treyarch because, I don't know. I mean, looking back, I have friends in both of the, well, I have friends that have been there and friends that are there. I have acquaintances in both community management, and on the core level, the people at these studios are nothing short of amazing and phenomenal. I'm talking more about the massive engine that turns when it comes to the developing studios and how quick they are with them. But when it comes to the actual employees, man, there's some superstars in both studios. And finally, risk taking. I mentioned before that Infinity Ward will take more risks in their map design, but put simply, Treyarch takes way more risks everywhere else. All you have to do is take a look at the various elements of what makes up a COD game and compare Treyarch to Infinity Ward. Now, IW's campaigns are often very straightforward and grounded. Treyarch's, well, they cover more outlandish things like...
Oh, there's that blood mod.
Storylines. IW continued down the Modern Warfare theme for 4 games. Treyarch, they were constantly jumping between the Vietnam War, the Cold War, World War II, and the near future. While Infinity Ward was keeping their multiplayer by the books and safe, Treyarch was experimenting with the dictated system in the introduction, especially. So put simply, Treyarch takes a lot more risks with their game design as a whole, and while those experiments may not always work out in their favor, they're doing it. Not everything is going to stick, but the ones that do stick can often be great additions to the series. So there you have it. I didn't want to get to the end of this. Those are 10 main things that separate Infinity Ward's COD style from Treyarch's COD style. Both studios are extremely talented and capable of making amazing games, but when you have 2 studios working on one of the biggest franchises in gaming, obviously, you're going to create somewhat of a rivalry. So be sure to let me know. Which one do you think is best? And as promised, Ellie also, you guys like me to do a video comparing Sledgehammer to one of the other COD developers or both of them. Alright, I promised you that I would pick one. I would not sit on the fence. So, I am going to go. This is so hard, I mean, because there's so many reasons I could pick both. But in the end, I'm going to give the slightest edge, okay, to Infinity War. And it is because of the older Modern Warfare trilogy, 1, 2, and 3. They're just some of the best storytelling and best multiplayer experience I've ever had. I mean, Black Ops 1 is my favorite game of all time. Okay, so it was close.
Cheers.
Guys, let me know what you think. Hopefully you enjoyed. I'll see you soon.
What if we told you that crafting an entire wood-fired meal from start to finish was as easy as the flip of a switch? And what if that incredible food was all cooked on a grill backed by 30 years of quality craftsmanship?
Did you say something?
Once Traeger's unbeatable wood-fired taste and discover how easy it is to use, you'll see why people all over the globe are choosing to stop grilling and start Traeger. Traeger unlocks the versatility to grill, smoke, bake, roast, braise, and barbecue your food to juicy perfection every single time. And they're as easy to use as
Where does your almond sauce come from? Almond beef starts here. Sour almond cheese in our Blue Diamond Orchard in California. My parents.
Imagine a world where the most subscribed YouTuber is Shane Dawson. Bigger than PewDiePie, bigger than T-Series. Right now, Shane Dawson's channel has 21 million subscribers. But what if Shane was the most subscribed YouTuber? What if Shane Dawson beat T-Series? That's the question we are asking today on Life's Biggest Questions. Hello and welcome back to Life's Biggest Questions, the channel that asks the fundamental questions of life and occasionally answers them too. I'm Charlotte Dobre. Hit that subscribe for more daily questions, and if you want to connect with the creative team behind the channel, check out the description for the links to our social media accounts. It is no secret that Shane Dawson's videos are some of the most watched on the platform. His videos are consistently viewed by 50 million people or more. Maybe if PewDiePie only posted once every few months instead of every day, he would have just as many views on his videos. But it's clear that Shane Dawson has set a standard for YouTubers that few others can match. If Shane Dawson beats T-Series, it will mean that he's the most subscribed YouTuber, and he will inevitably become very rich from it. This means that more effort, more research, more production value would go into every one of Shane's videos. Shane would have his own production studio with dozens of people working for him, researchers, editors, graphic designers. Every single time Shane uploads a video, it will be like Steven Spielberg releasing a new film. Tens of millions of people will tune in to watch. If Shane beat T-Series and was the most subscribed YouTuber, it would mean that he would essentially be able to do documentaries about literally everyone. He would be big enough that huge celebrities would jump at the chance to work with him. Kim Kardashian, Justin Bieber, who knows, even Donald Trump might like the idea of appearing on a YouTube channel with 100 million plus YouTube subscribers. People who
You're about to get executed, homeboy. Yeah, 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 yeah.
If Shane Dawson beats T-Series, he will set a new standard of what kind of content gets uploaded to YouTube. I mean, most YouTubers will see Shane Dawson's success and they will want to emulate it by copying his content creation model. It's not rocket science. Shane Dawson beating T-Series would change YouTube in many ways. 10-minute videos will be a thing of the past. Now the biggest YouTubers will be making hour-long films. This will mean both good and bad things for the art form. YouTubers will be challenged and inspired to create content that is both interesting and difficult, compelling and captivating. For this reason, you can see a lot less content being uploaded to YouTube. Rather than uploading short videos every day that take little to no time to film and edit, more work will go into every video that's uploaded. Right now, Shane uploads one video every couple months. So if more YouTubers were trying to copy him, we would probably see other big YouTubers posting videos with the same amount of time in between. Quality content takes a lot of time to make. Because it would take so long for YouTubers to upload content, YouTube might see a drop in viewership was uploaded. Then views would skyrocket. It's likely that if YouTubers began producing films rather than short videos, there would likely be a new type of award setup. Think YouTube Oscars. Right now, there are very few awards YouTubers can win. They can win Streamies, a Shorty Award or two, and occasionally a Teen Choice Award. There used to be YouTube Awards, a promotion run by YouTube to recognize the best user-generated videos of the year, but the YouTube Awards were only given twice, in 2007 and in 2008. They then stopped giving them out. Right now, there are no award ceremonies that are specifically for YouTubers, but that would definitely change if the content uploaded to the platform changed. If Shane beats T-Series, it would also mean that he beat PewDiePie. Depending on the ranking, maybe Shane would have surpassed PewDiePie in subscribers as well as T-Series. There would most definitely be an online feud between the two YouTubers and their subscribers. But at least this time, the feud would be between the creators, not a creator and a massive corporation. As far as I know, Shane Dawson and Felix Schellberg are on good terms, but that doesn't mean PewDiePie's subscribers would go down without a fight. It should also be noted that, like PewDiePie, if Shane Dawson beats T-Series, the media will come down on him and come down on him hard. Every controversial statement Shane Dawson has ever made will be constantly brought into the spotlight over and over. Shane and his past will be under a microscope. With any degree of success you achieve, there will always be people trying to take you down. PewDiePie has apologized for past comments and wrongdoings, yet he's continuously scrutinized by the media and other people years later. The same thing would happen to Shane Dawson. We all know that Shane Dawson used to be a fan of shock comedy, and apparently cats. People on social media would constantly be digging into archives and posts trying to expose, I say expose in quotations, Shane Dawson. But when you're the most subscribed YouTuber on the platform, controversy would only make you and your channel more intriguing. They say that the higher you climb, the farther you fall, but after a certain point, Shane Dawson would reach an untouchable level of fame. Well, there you have it. These are just a few things I think would happen if Shane Dawson beats T-Series. But now I open up the question to you, dear subscribers. What do you think would happen if Shane Dawson beats T-Series? Let me know down there in those comments. For now, I'm going to wrap up this video by responding to some of your comments from my last video, What Will Happen When Aliens Arrive? Alex Cruz said, Trump gonna try and build a ceiling. Dude, true. Menno Play said, great topic. I will watch this 20 times. I liked and subbed. Glad you liked the video and welcome to
Kind of funny how there's a Stormcloak camp right down the road from the headquarters of the Empire.
Today on this week's episode, I have something that I truly believe know, and I only found out about this by complete accident. I was recording something for the Rockstar Logic video, which will be coming out tomorrow. Definitely check that out. But in trying to figure out what the Rockstar Logic that I was recording was, I noticed something that was actually pretty damn awesome. And it's not a major thing, it's not anything that's useful, but it's one of those things where you never thought that was in the game. You never thought Rockstar would have done something like this. And this is going to be a pretty quick video because it's not like a super complicated thing or anything. But we're going to go ahead to the gas, or just any of the gas stations. I'm at the one that's near the strip club. Because someone told me that if you go here, kind of at nighttime, the guy, when you walk in sometimes, he'll say, oh, I was just about to close up, but I'll help you out before I do, or something along those lines. And the problem with that is that it's a 24/7 supermarket. It even says open 24 hours outside. So I was trying to figure out, all right, where's the Rockstar Logic? Let's see if we can get this done. Because obviously, if it is 24 hours, then the guy's lying. Like, you don't open it, you don't close the shop up. But what ended up happening is every time I went in, as the hours, as night sort of ended and transitioned into morning, the guy started saying more realistic things. Things like, oh, I was just getting ready to go home, but I'll help you out. Or, oh, I think you're my last customer of the day. And I was thinking, that's a little weird for these NPCs, because they literally never leave these gas stations. And then the next time I came back, there was a completely different guy, and he was like, hey, you're my first customer of the day. And that just blew me away. And I have it all recorded. I'll show you guys in sequential order all my trips to the gas station. And you can sort of see the time of day and everything. And just what happens. But this was such an awesome little ride that I don't know, I felt like I had to share with you guys. Because it is something that I don't think anyone really knows. I'm sure there's a couple people that know about this. But it's something that, like, you just never would think about, never pay attention to. I mean, how many people go to the gas station not once, but then twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times in a row to have the clerk sort of speak to them? So anyway, that is it with the video. I will play the gameplay with the audio so you can hear it all for yourself. You can go check it out. I wonder how many other little tiny things like this happen.
Come on.
As well. If you know any of them,
Let's Skyrim this thing.
thank you all.
Let's get up here. Come on.
Like, if you did, enjoy it. As always,
Boom. Looky there. Come on. Almost there. Come on. Come on. Come on. Ha 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 ha. Well, since I've already been spotted.
Sex is the sandwich. You can put whatever you want. As long as you put this on it. Explore with confidence.
I have some dumb idea with my name. I had person, vinegar, and milk. Oh, God. Let me take that one step further. Why? That's the entire story. So, this time, we're going to tell them what a spinning wheel, ticker, spin wheel. So, I've got 14 different numbers. So, I'm getting 14 different spin wheels. I guess you could say milk, chicken, coffee, red, goes on.
Boom.
Cheetos, okay? Mild Star. And the third one is sushi. That seems okay. Oh, but pieces, lemon. Cheetos. This is where it's gonna stop. Oh man. This isn't sponsored by NutriBullet, but pitch boy. God, look at that. Oh. Feel free to hit me up if you're gonna. Oh, come on. I'm gonna add more lemon.
There's some ice in there.
Yeah? I'll let you ice. Oh, I'm glad there's no smell-o-vision, or whatever the hell. Back up. Now maybe. Oh, look at that! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I regret this video. This is the worst idea, actually. I thought the last one was bad. Now it's even worse. So this is Cheetos Lemon and Sushi. I call it. Nope. Three, two, one, contest! It took so long, it took so long, it took so long.
Yeah, yeet! Into the hole you go. Thought.
Cheetos should not be liquid. Cheetos, if you're watching, for some reason, never make it. Never. Ever. That was just a lot of cheese. I think I put too much. That's okay. I'm not complaining.
Now I can't reach her. Oh, ha.
Things I would have again and things I would never have again. That was edible, but if we go to the list, things I would and wouldn't have. Nope, exactly. I'm never having that again. That's a mistake. That should never exist. Alright, James, you wanna come closer? Round 2, everybody. Give me good. Number 1. That's a really long spin. Oh, that's a bad start. Oh, that's a bad start. Milk, number 2. Milk, ketchup, verdes. This was a mistake of a video! Things you don't want to call 101 Witchy Boy. That's so bad. I don't know. Well, one more thing. Actually. Alright, milk. We don't use ice or anything this time. Miracle fit. Still on a diet. Oh, milk. Fast food. Oh, lovely. Look at that. Ketchup, then again, let's get the green.
Come on.
Perfect. And sardines.
Shit.
Oh. Yeah, baby.
Ah.
That's your mother. That's the mother like you were welcome to my couch. That one could die in a fire. I'm making a list. I'm making a list on the fly. Again, content, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Okay. I'm a man of my word. Thompson always pays his debts. How many of these are you doing?
Let's do until you get real sick, dude.
That was the second one. Number one.
Sushi.
Oh, yeah? Stop. 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 I'm not doing that! This video is not sponsored by Red Bull, but I can say thank you to Red Bull for actually sending me a sending me a free Red Bull. That is the most sponsor wheel I've ever seen. It's not even sponsored. Here we go. Number 2. Hit me with a Dr. Pepper. And as you can see, Dr. Pepper themselves actually tweeted to me. I let a tweet saying I would like food or drink that you guys think is good. And Dr. Pepper tweeted me back saying Dr. Pepper. So again, not sponsored, but shout out to Dr. Pepper. Alright, so we've got 2 liquids. Ooh, lots of kick in the works, isn't it? Red Bull, Dr. Pepper, and garlic. Okay. Alright, I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued. Oh, I'm gonna scrub this with the last one. I do not want to taste the meat. I'm sorry, I'm not about that life. That garlic. Please consider subscribing. I do it for you guys. Garlic. Hell yeah. No, this is my word. No, actually, give me there's some kind of chemical reaction going on inside there. I want to after a night out. So I took a few out. I thought milk, soybeans, really bad. I think it actually might stop it. Oh no. It shouldn't be that color. Oh no. Look at the fish. Look at the fish. Roaming in and around. Like fish in a murky aquarium. I know it's the first time. I don't know why I thought, let's make it worse. No. This is the part of the video where I reevaluate my life choices. Oh, alright, I didn't want to. Count with me. 3, 2, 1. I got one of these. No. The actual Dr. Pepper and Red Bull is not actually that bad. Instead, the garlic comes out of nowhere, man. It smells like when you walk past a nightclub before. That's what that smells like. In case you really want to know what that smells like. Wow! Alright, number 4. Yes! I love Hawaii. I'm that person. A lot of you guys are like, oh, it's disgusting. That's the worst one on there. I love Hawaiian pizza. There's nothing to do with it. And going back to the last video. Delicious. Number 2, lemon. But it's the fact that, again, you know what I mean? That's the main issue. The main issue with this collection. Number 3. Oh, you had to do it, didn't it? You had to. It's going so well. Let's go.
I actually grew up on it, so
Good. There you go. Hi, you at home. Do you like Hawaiian pizza? Attaboy. Comments. You at home. Tell me yes or no in the comments if you guys like Hawaiian pizza or not. Nice. No. For me, milk isn't that bad because, again, I grew up on Skyrim. I eat 4 pints of milk every day, but it's just the fact that it makes me sad. It would be a good one. It would be a good one. For some reason, I'm actually not drinking. I understand milk is bad. This isn't too bad. Very bad. Nothing smells nice. I wish there was a scent. You put like, dandelions or something on here. What's a good smell? Men's color. Old Spice. Come on. No. That's really good. So pizza and milk were had like a really late aftertaste. That's what did it. That's what did it. Ooh, mamacita. Nice thing is we have one more to go. One more. We're doing 5. One of us. Do me something good. Okay. That's fair. Hot sauce. Okay. Alright. No, stop. This video is not sponsored by Red Bull. Pickles, hot sauce. What's left? That's what I don't know. What is left? Egg. Just egg. Oh! You know what? No, stop. We're not going back to this. Egg! Wow! Alright. Is there anything you haven't included yet? You haven't included wasabi. Just throw on wasabi as a nice celebration. Sure. I don't hate myself enough already. Pickles, I actually quite like pickles. I'm fine with pickles. I don't like wasabi. I just don't. I just don't. Not many things in life I just don't like. Wasabi is what it is. So, nice little lump. That's a lot. You know what wasabi is? It's very strong. Very, very strong. See those tiny $2? Fine. Hot sauce, chili, whatever the hell, so. Oh, no. And the egg. Excellent. Extravagant. Extravaganza. I'm very extra today. Please, subscribe. I missed everything. Alright. Oh, it's went green. Oh, no. Ooh,
We Skyriming. Just come on, get up this hill. Just jump. Breaking physics, you know how it be. Come on, almost there.
God, thank you all so much for watching that, ladies and gentlemen. That was that. This has been one of the weirder videos I've done. I will admit that, but I hope you enjoyed it. I did it for you guys. So if you do want to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. If we get 4 likes, 4. That's it. Just 4. But also, if you are going to be trying to make videos as much as I can. So subscribe down below. Do as you need. Socials down below. Thank you so much. I'm really thinking really subscribers on this channel. Wow, so I really doing a lot. Thank you all. I appreciate you. That being said, let's subscribe all that stuff. I'll talk to you all in the next one. Now, subscribe directly down here if you want. Around my crosshair. If you want. Or a video over here, or a video over here. I don't know where they go. I'll be 100% honest with you. Good.
There we go, boy. As I almost like fling myself off.
Yes, finally, a short description. Alright, here we go.
Alright, we're gonna read this really slowly.
No!
We're gonna say all the letters.
We're playing Avalanche. That's all you need to know. Run for your life and kill them off the end of the sky.
You have to say that title.
Run into the sky. Really quick. So this is classic Avalanche.
Classic Rough Run.
Just shake your rope.
Lol.
Alright, we gotta get all the ramp people on one team.
Oh yeah.
Get over here.
That's fucking racist.
Get the firm like that. No, I want you on my team.
Shit again.
Oh, fuck. Oh.
I missed.
Look at my team.
This is not good.
I got a horse and a pothead.
Wait, what? That's an old man that never found out that he needs to grow up.
So, is the other team at the top of the ramp? Is that what's happening? Wait, or is this a death match? No, it's not a death match.
I think they're up there. Yeah, they're up there. What the fuck, man?
Oh God.
What? No. Alright, I'm just gonna watch you guys. But we're professionals at this.
Do they throw things down?
Yeah. You see all the stuff floating up there? They're gonna
Shut your mouth.
shoot on us.
Oh God.
Move it, Sparky!
Oh, damn it!
Where are they?
Oh, damn it!
Pandos are coming! The pandos are coming! The pandos are coming! Oh! Yeah, oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God.
We're in control of the ground. I just took that to the
Oh, let's see how far back it takes me.
I think I'm safe right there. Come on, Darren, you can make it.
I was right there, Evan. Oh, I fucking took it.
Oh, are you kidding me?
All the way back to solitude.
I'm down! I'm down! Help me!
Oh my God.
Darren, help me! Oh God, I'm sliding down now!
All of that progress gone.
I had no idea there was a giant vehicle behind me. You guys are going down. Rough run.
Standing in a pile of garbage. There's a rough ran.
Can we throw ourselves down there and oh no, we're stuck over here.
Don't grab the. Can we just run up this road?
No cheating, no cheating. You can't be cheating already.
I'm an honest man, okay?
Damn it.
Don't get me cheating.
Oh shit, God. No one's gonna make it. No,
Yeah, I'm fucking top, boys.
We're gonna make a genius.
I'm not scared. I got health insurance, bring it, bitch.
Holy shit. We gotta stop him. We gotta stop him. Get numbers down. Numbers down.
Oh, man. Alright. You guys.
No, I got this.
I gotta set up a system for when I'm doing stuff like this. Like every other like landmark I find, I've gotta I have to say
Wait, can't we just do this?
Whoa.
or something.
Yes. Oh, run! Is that everything? Is that everything?
Yes.
No.
Dead as fuck, boys.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
My God.
My God! What is that? What is that? What's back here? Where's
Oh, you're so dead.
Come on! Make it. You got cheated! You got cheated, didn't you? No. Oh my God! They stayed behind us.
You're in the car. You're in the car.
No, are they?
I saw it.
Are they? Come on, you can't be cheated the first round.
I'm in the second round, you dumbass.
Oh shit! Or did you see anything?
God, there's people everywhere.
Don't you go quicker, Evan?
Yeah.
Shut up. Wait, how do you do it over there? You cheating up there?
No, we're not cheating.
Oh God! Hi!
We're dodging cars. Relax. See me? There's no more cars.
They're climbing over everywhere.
Cars down there at the bottom. Yeah, the wall of cars that we dodged. Wall of shame.
I live at home, God.
Oh, great! People want me dead. Awesome. I haven't even done anything yet, and people already want me dead.
So pissed. What's gonna happen? What the hell is gonna happen?
What are we guys
Oh no! Fire!
Oh, shit! Get him out! Get him out!
Fire!
Big fucking bitches!
Fire!
Get out the tank!
No. Got it! Ain't nobody getting in the tank! Nobody getting in the
No.
Cheers! You guys were you cheated first! Alright. We gotta make a pact where we can't do that. Right?
Ooh, scary.
Fuck right off.
Alright. We gotta make it up. Okay.
Make sure to not grab all the guns.
I believe we can dodge our lives out.
Oh God.
If we spam jump, I think it's faster if you spam jump, guys.
Oh, they didn't cheat. You can climb up this already.
It ain't
Wasn't
cheating.
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 No, it's not cheating.
It's not cheating. Why
It's there for a reason.
Yeah,
Shut up,
exactly.
Terrence. I don't want them to do it. I want them to do it.
shit.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
That's slick as hell.
Oh, no.
One
I'm
rule
so
for me,
dead.
another rule for you.
Yep, that's a forklift.
I'm so dead.
You're okay. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine.
I'm not fine. Oh, my God.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
Oh my God,
Oh,
those tires are huge. Those tires
Oh.
are huge.
Right. That was the Dodge release sound. Not so good.
I got beamed by the little panther. Beamed.
Wait, who's alive?
Nobody.
We're all dead.
Everybody died. Everybody said this is all up to you.
Is there anything else? You think you can dodge too?
Oh, the panther is coming for you.
Huh?
Panther. Oh my God! You squeezed through there. Wow.
You're shipping that.
Squeeze.
What are you guys doing?
I think Terrorizer became like 8 times skinnier than he ever was. Just this. You know what's waiting for you. You know what's waiting for you.
What are you
talking
about?
You know what's waiting. Oh no.
I can't see over these big blue walls.
They're all up there. All of them. We can't be doing that. We cannot be doing that. As soon as he pokes over.
Oh, Jesus. How long it is if you blast it?
Yeah.
As soon as he peeks.
Wow, no, that was so fun. That was so fun. I love the way you guys
It really
gave
was.
me so much time to do the comedy thing. That's great, man. So fun. Had a whole, monologue ready in my brain, but no.
It was funny.
Hello.
The tower in the back is off limits now.
Oh, yeah? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? This time we're doing it legit.
Alright, wait for them to shoot all the cars. Just don't move, everybody.
Delirious just doesn't care.
Just blasting all of them.
Because I believe this time they're actually going to try.
Oh my God, look at that.
This time they're actually... Wait, Omega flatten Venox.
Wait, what?
What? Oh, how could you?
What did I do? It said you flattened Venox.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh, Long Johnson.
Oh shit, my team
Long Johnson
is great.
Oh, Long Johnson. Alright, that's all. There you go.
Are you okay now, though?
You guys actually live?
I'm in a panto man, and for some
Don't
reason it's not
cheat!
exploding.
What the hell? Come on!
I'm not cheating, I'm joking. I was just I was messing with the rock to see.
Oh, that's a bad idea. What are you doing?
What? What? No! No!
They made it. They made it. They made it.
It's Jesus.
Alright, guys. Well, wait for our doom,
baby.
our doom. He's staying right here.
Alright, boy, let's go. That was really dangerous. Oh, gee.
It takes him forever.
No, he actually. Oh, actually, I
I
don't
just
know.
dodged him.
Nova's way back there. Look at the mini-man. Nova's at the bottom.
I can't. This thing's too weak.
Get out. What type of footage are you going to get by sticking at the bottom?
No. Fucking hell, man. I can't. This thing can't
What are you guys doing?
What the fuck? I can't fucking do shit now.
Yeah, I'm a flight attendant. Oh, well, with the Discovery card, you automatically waive your first late fee. That's awesome. Yeah, it is awesome. If aliens weren't invading, I'd be super pumped right now.
Late payment forgiveness with Discover Hit. Catch the Lego Movie 2.
Okay.
See,
What do you want me to do?
What are you doing?
What the fuck am I supposed to do, dude? I'm gonna get a fucking plane.
Y'all see it?
Wait, no, where are you?
I almost walked right into that. Let's wait until it stops moving.
Oh my God.
Wait, are you off the map?
Shit.
Yes! You're driving away!
God. We're down here.
Hurry.
And I'm garbage at shooting. Ah, there we go.
No fucking plane in
You
here.
guys have to just stick it out, we win.
Alright, coming over, boys. Coming over. See me on the map. I see you. Do you see me?
Yeah, there is. Yes!
Alright, fucking shoot me.
Hit him!
Shoot me. Put me out of my
Hit
misery.
him! I don't even know if the bullets
are hitting. Oh, they're not really.
Quit moving.
Jump down, fight me like a man, you bunch of bitches.
I'm coming! I'm coming!
Don't fight me like a man.
5, 4, 3!
Quite a plenty of arrows.
Come on, time! Yes! Yeah! Well, I felt splattered on the ground.
Ah!
That's how we do it, boys.
You know how hilarious if we could do this?
Get him! Get him! Yeet!
The tank was shooting it.
No?
I can hear the shot.
Finally. Only took me 30 million tries, but we did it.
Way too quick of a response.
There's also no way for Noblest to actually get into the tank.
Yeah, we just keep shooting the engine.
What? It doesn't matter if there's fucking people on the wooden launcher or anything.
It
Doesn't
doesn't.
matter. You've got 3 fuckers holding RT. Oh, great. With
You can time it, Noblest. You can time it.
Oh, yeah. And so one guy has to time with 3 fucking dudes. Yeah, I'm ready to get shot. Here we go. No cheating, guys.
No, we're not doing. Wait. We're doing this legitly.
Oh my god.
Shit, God. Legitly.
Fucking hell, I got lit up! This is so fucking bullshit.
You're fine. This is what you get for cheating.
Me? You no proof! You have 0 proof!
He keeps like peeking. Come on, Douglas. Go on,
All the
Douglas.
witnesses are dead anyways.
Stop
Oh,
him.
Brody, you're such a sweaty nerd! You guys are fucking losers!
Oh, get his foot. Get his feet.
Oh my gosh! I'm in more danger than me. Fuck, I'm going for it. Fuck it, I'm dead.
No. What?
No!
He almost made it.
This game was never gonna have a winner. Fuck, good job, guys! There's 0 fucking point to this game anymore.
What if we promised you that if you actually ran up, we wouldn't do that? I want to make it up. My whole goal is making us this ramp. My goal. That's all the biggest one. Right?
Alright, boys, I have a game plan, okay?
I want to know how.
Alright, you guys don't shoot anything until they're halfway up. I'm watching the map. I'm not even going to shoot. I'm watching the map. I'm going to wait till they're halfway up, and then you call the stuff, alright?
Wait, what do you call it?
They're going to be fucking sweaty ass fucking
What are you
bitches.
talking about? We haven't been sweating.
Shut up! Mr. Spray through the fucking floor, little holy toes!
What are you talking about?
Fuck off!
How
Or you can shoot two vehicles, 2 or 3 vehicles. Shoot 2 or 3 vehicles.
two tree vehicles.
Alright,
Not that
wait
vehicle.
till they're all gone.
Here, I'm staying undercover.
Alright, so we found out.
Hit left stick.
Yes. Run, move.
Line, we're going to shoot. I think we should shoot both of these.
Come on.
There we go.
Alright.
Boom.
Alright, how close are they now?
Hold your ground. Hold your ground.
Alright, so we're gonna do a quick save.
Alright, there you go, nice.
Oh my God. Hold your ground, move. Hold your ground. Hold your ground.
They're all next to each other.
Are they under the ramp?
They're on the right side, shoot the right side. Shoot the right side. Shoot the vehicle on the right side, on the left side. Fucking hell, boys.
No, we got it. No, stop.
Alright,
Stop. Please. Come on,
Don't
please.
You're gonna do it.
Tight circles. Tight circles. I did it. I
You
did
made it through. God, that was
Tired.
I was like hugging the wall. Oh, I remember. I know how to get. Never mind.
Yeah? I think it's working.
You're gonna get ran over by somebody else.
What are you guys doing?
Where?
Of course.
Alright, we don't even have our team. We
We don't have our.
Oh, there we go.
That damn thing. We're not. We have our knives out. Okay. No.
Alright, boys. Now once again, a fucking.
Oh shit. Oh shit. The very back of the top part. They're
One hole in this tank, boy.
not at the front, but behind the. Move. We're gonna have to do this almost at the same time. Alright? Yep.
Alright, that makes it easier.
No, move your toes. Alright. Move. Oh, come on! Come on! It's so cheap! Come on!
Who made this?
Yeah! What were they thinking?
Is it crack? Yeah.
It's impossible!
It is.
It's over!
Boys.
It's over!
We won. We're the winners. Match winners. That's always.
Oh man.
Did not cheat at all.
It was impossible. It was impossible to get into that tank.
Alright.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Give your best.
Congratulations.
Hey!
I'm out! Shit! What the hell is happening? What's that? No! I got $2,000 for good behavior.
Wait, what?
I just got you received $2,000 for good behavior. Keep it up.
After you jack my fucking
Yeah.
bike and kill it. Or kill it.
Oh, hey, no glove. Why don't you take this finger, shove it up your asshole? Oh! Terrorizer, shoot! Shoot, Terrorizer! Hey guys, if you want more GTA 5, then you know what to do. Hit that like button! I want 40,000 likes on this GTA 5 video, and then, and only then, I will say it again. You have to read it out through your comments. They're all awesome.
Level up.
All so much for the support. I really want you guys to go and follow my Twitter account and let me know when you do. I sometimes post clips of videos I haven't even posted yet, so be sure to check that out. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video. Drop a like, a comment, and I'll catch you all in a video. Bye! Oh. That's how we play. We gotta get burnt. Oh! Shut up. Oh, right. It's been so long since I've seen your face.
Alright, I'm with the two sweaty players. Definitely gonna win.
I'm gonna win. Alright, so I've never seen this before. I'm excited.
Decided?
Alright.
Bucko team!
So excited.
Brother!
Okay. You guys go around.
Alright, we gotta go in the middle of the holes, guys. You've done it before.
I've never seen this map before. This is wild. Oh,
Alright, you gotta get in the hole and stay in the hole. Oh, fuck out of here!
Oh my god! Oh, not Johnson!
Oh, get back up, home.
No! Oh, not Johnson!
You out of here, Brian? You out of here, bitch? Just no relevance to what's going on. Alright, I can't think everyone's safe. Everyone's safe.
Alright, next circle.
Fucking hell, teammate!
I'm sorry.
Sabotaging! Oh, you never want to be first in the hole. Oh. That was a nice little crescendo you did there. Oh, fuck. Oh, there's life.
Time is almost out. Time is of the essence.
No glove on
Sorry.
Time is Oh shit! Go out of the circle. Let's go out of the circle. Come on. I'm not going out there. Hey, nobody.
Oh my gosh.
It's gonna get
Oh, okay, we're moving on, boys. Get off of me! What? Oh, you fucked me! I'm okay! I'm okay! Oh! Oh! Alright! Oh, I'm dying! Oh, I'm fucking dying! Why'd you die, oh?
Get him! Yes!
Yes! Ryan is dead! That's it, dead!
Alright.
Let's go. 2-2.
Where you wanna go? Oh, no, I couldn't make it.
Go to bench?
No, go get
yeah, no! Damn it, man, I tried to finesse. That's all you, Evan.
Ah, yes.
Oh, Evan, no!
Victory.
Jesus, you one slippery fucker. That's it.
There we go.
Nice.
Oh, what are you doing?
Nice, Evan, now get back in. Get in the fucking king. Yes! Oh, you're my fucking hero.
Unconnected from my point of view until I got close.
Oh god.
I was discombobulated for a second. I didn't fucking God. Yeah, that was exciting. Listen, we're gonna freeze frame on that. It looked like a bridge.
Colby.
We need a replay, guys. We need a replay on that
Mild
one.
concussion. Mild concussion. I did the same thing on the way. I flew off the map thinking it was connected.
Let's go, purple team.
Let's go.
Let's go, the purple Nurples. What's your guys' name? We're the purple Nurples.
We're the creamsicles. Yes, the creamsicles. That's fully one of them, no. I might need help. I might need help. Holding up. Yeah.
Oh, I fucking hit you out, I'm sorry.
Holding up.
Fuck you. Oh, everyone got back in. That first circle is vicious.
Alright, everyone's safe. Okay, everyone's safe.
Push Brian, why'd you push me, you dumb fucking...
Calm down, everybody.
He pushed me instead of the other fella, you colorblind, dog.
Oh god. Holy shit. Got it.
Oh shit. I fucking nearly fell off the map, boys.
Yeah, no, we don't have much time left. Be friends, no, bro. We can be friends.
Fuck off.
We can
Fuck
be
off.
friends. Oh, sorry.
Ah! Let's go, 2 down, boys. Hold on, I have an idea. Just stick with him. Just stick with him. Don't let him. Only one of us has to make it. Fuck you, Brian.
Oh god.
Fuck you, Brian. You're going off the map.
1v3.
Going off the map, bitch. Easy game, boys. Easy life. Yeah, fucking start bully.
This is why you're single.
I'm a fucking single winner, though.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You won my heart award.
There we go. Thank you, Evan.
What happened to the two of you? You fuckers. I didn't pull it. I didn't hit my first card. I saw fucking look over my shoulder. I see a turtle stuck on his back. You know what? No, clown. No one Mr. Nice Clown.
No more Mr. Nice Clown. Oh, shit.
It wasn't Mr. Nice or Bad Clown. It was Mr. Dumb Clown. It's not my fault. My conscience held that.
Come on, just stay in the circle.
Hit him! No. This is only the second round.
Everyone relax. Right, just fuck delirious.
Look at this, first one. You think Erlenberg gets the damn word? Oh, I swear to God, I hate you.
I just drove off the edge! What the fuck was I thinking? Let's do that. Oh my gosh, my brain farted. How are you gonna see it with that fucking hood?
can't see in front of you.
If you go for yeah, look at
Oh, you're supposed to dink him.
No! Think of it.
Oh, no! Get in there! Turn the fucking... I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in you.
We are the winners. We won.
Yeah, rub it in.
mean?
Rub it in, Delirious. Rub it in. Yes.
One.
Rub it in.
Alright, quick save.
Fuck this.
Okay.
I like that the whole, here. That's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I like those. Where are these guys?
This is the family who booked the trip, which led to new adventures and turned moments into memories. With flights, hotels, activities, and more for your Florida vacation, Expedia has everything you need to go.
The new Arnold voice is.
Yeah, it's more like the Tasmanian Desert.
Very peaceful game.
Yes, can. Tranquil.
Peaceful game.
Oh, fuck.
This is war.
All right. See you later, bitch.
Now, if we had a horse, this would be about 100 times easier.
Ow, that hurt. All right. Okay, boys. Come on now.
Is that your friend, Delirious? Sacrifice. Oh, you failed.
Oh, you fucking fucked him. What kind of sacrifice was that? Dude, I knew we shouldn't have fucking taken him. He's a traitor.
Come on, Nogla.
Move.
Bam! Out of here, bitch!
Uh-oh.
Yes! Let's go! Now, redeem yourself, Delirious!
Watch it.
Later, bitch! I'm the only winner! Fuck yeah!
Oh, sacrifice.
There you go, Delirious! Sacrifice!
Just like the first one, Delirious. Very good.
Very good sacrifice. Part of the Delirious ritual.
Yeah.
What is the new move? That's the janitor dance. Get out of my house!
Get out of my house.
This is my sucker. This is my
Shitty house you got here.
Talk about open air.
Oh, fuck! Boys, we can push him out! He's under that!
No. Push him out.
Oh, you're gonna have to put on your sweaty pants! Put your sweatier than your normal pants!
Push him out, man.
Nurgle formation.
I've been behind you the whole time.
Oh, yeah?
Let's ram this guy.
That's what I wanted.
Yeah, you want
Oh,
this?
fuck, that hurt.
You want this? You want this?
They're bullying me! They're bullying me!
You want this, huh? You want to get bullied? We've been bullied your whole life. I'm going for a bullied your whole
Oh, shit, no! Bride!
Remembering from last time, we are going to quick save so that we can... So,
Oh, can you stop
Yeet.
hitting your teammates and hit the fucking purple colors, you fucking colorblind Logan Paul, bitch!
I don't know why that wolf, or not wolf, but goat had a garnet on it, but whatever.
I hate you all! I hate you!
I know, Glove.
Content.
If it makes you feel better, Brian, I have content shirts in my store.
Content.
Oh, watch it, he's gonna fucking die here, no?
I got this.
You're gonna die. You're going to die.
Don't say that. Don't say that about your teammate.
Watch.
Don't say that about your teammate.
I told you! That was so close.
I will redeem myself, okay?
Shut up. Bitch.
Alright, come on, don't fuck up again.
I promise.
There.
Are you guys bullying each other? Oh! How about we all? We all just bully Delirious, even my own. No,
Yeah, exactly. Everyone get rid of Delirious. I'm off for that.
You guys can't even
Let's put color aside, guys, and destroy Delirious.
You guys. Yeah, no racism.
No racism. Let's defeat racism by defeating Delirious.
Nobody likes clowns.
No one like. Yeah, that's a consensus. Get Delirious. Get Delirious.
No!
Get him, boys. Get that damn Delirious. There we go. Get him off. Get out of here. Get out of here.
You guys, this is just a trick so we can win. They're trying to trick you.
Get Delirious. That's it. He's done. He's not coming back in. Get the ball. He got back in. He got back in on 2 wheels. He's definitely a clown full of tricks.
That was amazing.
There it is.
Guys, there's somebody at my door. I gotta go get the door, so protect me, please.
Get Vanos!
Pizza man. All you gotta do is, woo!
Get Vanos. Fuck him. He's out. He's out, boys. We're good. We're good, boys. He's out. Fuck you and your pizza. Let's go.
What happened to the pizza?
We changed our target so quickly.
Wow, good job, guys. Good job. It was 3 seconds.
They all went at me. Get out of here, Dad.
Yeah! Laugh at my friend, will you?
The circle might be small, but my chances are smaller. We believe.
Oh, there goes Brock.
I don't believe anyone. I don't win. That actually worked.
It sounded like Homer.
Nice.
I'm looking at Move. Perfect. Move! No, look at that! He's just...
No, terrorizer.
They're hanging up. Why?
Thanks, Brian. Fuck off!
Oh, no.
Fuck off!
Good job.
Fuck off! I got out! I got out! Fuck you all! Fuck you!
What the fuck?
I think I made
That's what you get! That's what you get, you little cheap ass bitches!
If you make it,
Immoral, unhonorable.
Believe you win if you make it. Oh, fuck. We're dead. Uh-oh.
We won though! I think we won.
Way to let the side down.
People were pushing at me. Hey guys, it's Di here. Thank you very much for watching the video. Leave a like if you like the video. Subscribe for more videos. And as always, I hope you enjoy.
JackIngramNissan.com, the fastest and easiest way to save on new Nissans. JackIngramNissan.com. Type, click, save. Jack Ingram Nissan, making car buying fast and easy. Pick your payments, pick your options, pick everything online. JackIngramNissan.com. It's as simple as type, click, save. JackIngramNissan.com.
Have you ever tasted?
Got 3. That's what's up.
Drink about a gallon a day of it. Alright, have you ever tasted Indiana bones in the temple of food? Temple of food!
That's a brilliant one.
Have you ever tasted me? Gross. Why'd you roll your R? Gross! Oh, darling, oh! Gross! Have you ever tasted corpse punching? Munching. Oh, that word. No. No. Go to the cemetery. Pick up the body and
Alright, what am I looking at weight-wise? Alright, still good. What are we at? Alright. So we're there. So let's go back to Whiterun. And then we'll go back there and see if we can get the rest of the stuff. No! God!
I am literally tearfully masturbating to Daily Show reruns right now. It's kind of sad. That's very sad. I miss you, John Stewart. You're not me. I am literally fucking That's too meta. That's very meta. You're not me. I am literally throwing a black baby right now. We're just looking at lingo for taking a shit. Yeah, yeah! Oh my god.
Honey, I need to sell you some stuff. Come here. Mwah. Come here, girl. What you got for sale?
Do I have a surprise for you guys?
Sell those. Sell those. Sell that. Sell those. Sell those. All 8 of those. That.
Oh my god, what?
That.
No, it's a trend.
Yeah, we'll sell that one, and we'll sell that. We'll keep that.
Please move along.
And we'll just keep selling all that. Ah, beautiful. Beautiful. Actually, I need to buy stuff from you. Mostly arrows.
Karma for the last game. I know. What is Helen Keller surprisingly good at?
Hey, let's see if you got anything good in steel or better. Oh, yes.
I hope that you guys just get it. And if you do, I'm going to pick it. What is Helen Keller surprisingly good at? Watching British public. Yeah.
Any one of them steel ingots.
Anybody telling her to stop? What is Helen Keller surprisingly good at? Oh my god! That she is. For now. What is Helen Keller surprisingly good at? Laughing at she is. I bet she is. And what is Helen Keller surprisingly good at? Not being able to see you. That's what I was thinking of. Yes! Go check out the other video, link in the description or at the end of the video. Hell yes! What did I just eat? Sure. What did I just eat? Ooh, okay. Oh my god. Holy shit. I feel like I should censor that. Damn, that's thick! Curds on that fruit. Where is it, a potato? What is that thing, an apple? What did I just eat? Dead animal currently resting on Donald Trump's skull. What did I just eat? Minnie's laugh. What did I just eat?
I'd certainly hope so.
I'm just thinking that I'm fucking confident. There we go, yeah. Flight! That's the one you want to keep. Never mind, Indiana Jones at the Temple of Food. You're gonna go with... Everyone is going to say food! You know...
I plan on it.
Muffins go great with... Oh, there it is. There it is! Indiana Jones! Muffins go great with... Holy shit. Muffins go great with the shaft when it goes. Oh my god! That's fucking disgusting. Best time to have a muffin. Oh, what a
Alright, 1 second. Y'all know what I'm about to do. I bet y'all do.
That's what I'm saying. It's so dumb, but this card is fantastic. Eli's gone. Just a sprinkle of blank. Just a sprinkle of using carbon fresh on your girlfriend's bush. Oh. Okay. I don't know if I have much commentary for that. Just a sprinkle of me. Just a sprinkle of existence. Just a sprinkle of regards.
No!
That wins. That's not even my card, but thank you. Please,
Oh no!
please choose that card, thank you. Oh my fucking lord. I was about to say, this is a really bad round. Thank God you brought that back.
Gadget blank.
Oh god. No.
Go gadget. Put it in the shower and stuff it in
That's a gadget, damn. What a very specific gadget. There you go.
Come on.
Pretty good.
Come on.
Much easier to get down the drain. And they do.
Sometimes I look at kids and think. Sometimes I look at kids and think, who's gooey, broken butthole. I said loosey goosey. Loosey goosey, not a McDonald's. Sometimes I look at kids and think about That's how you do it. That's fantastic. Sometimes I look at kids and think about giving them a pity rip through his jeans. Sometimes I look at kids and think.
White people like blank. White people.
God, okay. It's okay, so they didn't patch it. They one of the mods I has or wow, English. One of the mods I have removes the glitch by moving that barrel.
That's smart.
Alright, so boom. Look at you, boy. Look at him. Alright, back out here.
It's rippled in the same way.
Alright, let's see if those bodies are still out there.
My grandma's dead. It's even more. Yeah, same as mine. Alright, good one. Stop. No. No. Shooting an oversized boat across your dad's new computer. You gotta christen it. An 89-year-old woman with time and gravity affecting breast implants jumping rope. That's the yeah. I don't know, but the image is there. We're all getting cheated. Not a good time to be a man. Sexiest siblings to Kentucky cheat code and all murder. Yeah, damn. Oh. That gotta be the boat. Oh, really? Oh. I thought the ice. I like it. I love the oyster. Absolutely love it. A little bit of lemon. It's really nice. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now I'm gonna move away from the oysters. It's not my card. It's actually not my card. Yes. I did try, Eli. Why am I broke? I know someone's gonna do this, and I'm also gonna do it. Why am I broke? Because I'm poor. That'll do it. I mean, yeah. That's straight facts. Tell me more. Case closed. Why am I broke? highly skilled Why am I broke? All my videos were copyright claimed. Why am I broke? Taxes.
You won't go broke from taxes, come on.
You thought, as a modern parent, I will not spank my child. Instead, I will use blank. As a modern parent, I will not spank my child. Instead, I will use waking up in no.
Hello, random horse. With
What? No. On the nose. Jesus. I'm sure there was some spanking. I will not spank my child. Instead, I will use a whip. That's smart. That's fair to the year. Exactly. And we'll know who did it. I will not spank my child. Instead, I will use a long, throbbing ding-donger. But it's a child, so you can't say dad's dead. So you've got to say ding-donger. A long, throbbing game of Pong. I will not spank my child. Instead, I will use racist Modern Warfare 2 lobbies in 2010. I don't know this.
that's exactly what I thought it was. Great. And there's two.
Are you okay?
This is a problem.
You can put whatever you want on it, as long as you put this on it. Explore with confidence.
What's up, guys? Mike the Cop.
Oh, come on.
In America, are you going to hear a story that is like this one? Every police car that I've ever seen, that I've ever driven, that I've ever ridden in, in fact, has an American flag on it somewhere. But get a load of this. In Laguna Beach, California, a decision to affix the American flag graphic to the words police on the side of a new design for their police cars is dividing up the residents, some of whom are saying this is too aggressive. Did you hear that? Too aggressive. The American flag being on a police vehicle is too aggressive for some residents. I shall continue. After hearing the criticism and acknowledging the image they approved didn't quite match the final results, officials agreed to reconsider their February decision to paint the Laguna Beach Police Department fleet of 11 squad cars. The city council is going to take up the issue again this Tuesday. This is the quote. People are screaming that the American flag on a police car is somehow or another hurting people's feelings who might be immigrants or visitors, said Councilman Peter Blake. They're not wanting the American flag on a vehicle expressly carrying the notion of protecting the very rights and enforcing the very laws that make America America because it might offend immigrants? What? This is literally mind-numbing. Not just mind-blowing. It's mind-numbing. Okay, where do you draw the line here? Can we not...
Come on!
Because someone who crosses...
Thank you!
...might be offended that we're eating it? Can we not have fireworks on the 4th of July anymore? Because, well, you know, someone might be visiting from the UK and they might be offended that we have our independence. Where does this go? Do we not have a synchronized swimming team for the U.S. Olympics anymore because someone drowned in the past when they were visiting this country? This is ridiculous. What do you think? Drop it in the comments.
Wow. Oh.
Yeah, children, man. I've been looking out with this girl, and I'm kind of nervous to ask if she's my...
Gaming is awesome. Being a gamer is just as awesome. Welcome everybody to the channel. Specifically, welcome to the Chaos Top 10 series. Today we're going to go over some drama. Okay? We're going to go over 10 of the biggest controversies in the gaming industry. When you have an industry as big as the gaming one is, you're going to get some good, but you're also going to get some bad. And today we're going to tell those stories of how bad it actually got. Whether it was drama, whether it was conspiracy, whether it was stealing, theft, you name it. We're going to go over the biggest controversies that have ever actually hit the gaming industry. Do me a quick favor, everybody. If you enjoy the content, make sure you drop a like, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and turn on those post notifications. Ring that little bell so you get a notification whenever.
That fox scared the crap out of me. I was like, I'm gonna die. I looked at that fox and thought I was gonna die.
You can get the ever so important first comment. Kicking off our list today is the Slaughtering Grounds versus Jim Sterling. Many of you probably know who Jim Sterling is. You probably know there's been a disturbing increase in developers and publishers abusing YouTube's copyright system to try and hide negative feedback. Well, if you're looking for the beginning of the trend, I guess, this incident was arguably it. Back in 2014, an indie company called Uprising released a horror FPS called The Slaughtering Grounds, which was a horrible game. It was filled with stolen assets and low-effort gameplay, simply trying to make a quick buck off unsuspecting Steam users. Popular game critic Jim Sterling ripped the game apart on his channel.
Oh, goodness gracious.
However, the devs didn't like it. They not only filed a copyright takedown on the video, but they also filed suit against Jim Sterling and 100 other Steam users a year later for personal injury as a way of trying to bully him out of fighting back.
I was like,
Thankfully, Valve stepped in.
Celebrate the pure power of 98% witch hazel with rose wine. Dickinson's alcohol-free hydrating toner. Pure radiance. One step replenishes skin for a smoother complexion.
They removed all the devs games from Steam in a lawsuit, which dropped. But this was arguably the first major instance of a developer going out of their way and abusing copyright law to silence critiques. Manhunt Murder. Now, Manhunt is one of the most notoriously graphic games of all time, as it has you playing as a killer using improvised weaponry to kill people in the most graphic ways you can possibly imagine. In February 2004, the story came out about a 17-year-old named Warren LeBlanc, who had killed a 14-year-old named Stepan Akira by stabbing him with a knife and a claw hammer. The story quickly started spreading that LeBlanc had been a Manhunt fan and was trying to recreate one of the murders from the game. However, it was later revealed that LeBlanc didn't even own a copy of the game, so even though Rockstar was proven innocent, this definitely wasn't the kind of publicity that they wanted for their game. Overwatch and porn. If you were on the internet back when Overwatch was being hyped, chances are you probably have come across this. It was everywhere, and it was so abundant that Blizzard had to legally get involved. Following Overwatch's beta, some players were able to rip the character model straight from the game files and use them to create animated porn, and it spread like wildfire across forums, sites, social media, Reddit, Tumblr, you name it. Now, it did get public interest in the game up. Many game journalists actually considered it to be a positive sign for the game's longevity, but Blizzard, they were not happy with it. They actually issued multiple legal takedowns against various sites and creators. Hot coffee. GTA San Andreas was released in October of 2004. Many still consider it to be the best game in the entire series. Like other GTA games, it had plenty of mini-games and side quests with NPCs for you to take part in, including allowing you to take NPCs on dates. But there was originally going to be a mini-game that allowed you to, well, finish off your date with a very interactive scene between your character CJ and whoever you were on the date with. Rockstar reportedly cut this sequence during development as they feared it would result in them getting the dreaded AO rating instead of the mature that they wanted. Unfortunately, they didn't actually delete the sequence from the game files. They just blocked it off from the standard gameplay. When data miners found it in the game code, they released the Hot Copy mod, which unlocked the sequence and put it right back in the game. There was huge outrage over this at the time. Video games didn't show this stuff, and Rockstar was forced to recall the game entirely to patch it out and reship it, or else they would get the dreaded AO rating from the ESRB. And personally, I'm not really sure why there was such an outrage over it. I mean, GTA is a game where you can kill innocent people and do horrible things to just about anybody. But for some reason, the outrage only came when it allowed you to have consensual stuff with other characters. I don't know. Mass Effect Seeds. Now, the original Mass Effect kicked off one of the best sci-fi RPG trilogies in gaming history, but various news outlets weren't happy with the fact that you could have relations in it. For those who never played the first Mass Effect, there is a possible short sequence scene where you can, well, you can get it on. 100% consensual and show some partial nudity, but nothing too graphic. But blogger Kevin McCullough amplified this in his blog, stating, Mass Effect can be customized to sodomize whatever, whoever, however the game wishes. In the virtual, well, I'm not even going to say the words. It's just a push of the button away, okay? That none other than Fox News jumped on the bandwagon when reporter Martha McCollum stated that the scene leaves nothing to the imagination. The game was like pornography, which obviously led to a huge outrage from gamers as this was false. Game journalists managed to get a spot on the Fox News show and confronted Martha, asking if she'd even played the game, to which she responded with a simple no. A couple days later, her statements were officially retracted and she apologized. This month's giveaway is for a new PlayStation 4 console. All you have to do to enter is drop a like on this video, be subscribed to the channel, and turn on your notifications so you never miss an upload. And in the comment section, let me know why you want to win the PS4 and include your Twitter handle so I can contact you if you're the winner. The winner will be announced at the end of the month. Mass Effect Child Killers. Now this one pisses me off, okay? It's one thing to just be completely wrong about a game's content, but it's an entirely different beast to start going after the game's developers because of something unrelated. Following the Sandy Hook shooting in December of 2012, mainstream media was desperate to scapegoat whoever they could, which led to them stating that the shooter was a fan of the Mass Effect series. And this led to a massive internet mob going to the official Mass Effect Facebook page calling the developers killers for having inspired this massacre. But perhaps the worst part about this was the killer wasn't even the shooter. I mean, he had been misidentified as the shooter. It was actually his brother. But did the internet mob care? No. Once the real shooter was identified, the internet mob did some more digging to find out that the other guy was a StarCraft player. So they just shifted their focus over there. Nobody ever wants to focus on the real issues. They just want to scapegoat whenever they can. Doom and Columbine. Now, the Columbine shooting is one of the most infamous events in American history. On April 20th of 1999, two boys killed 13 people, injured 24 people, and then took their own lives. Now, when looking into the lives of the killers, it was revealed they were both gamers and they enjoyed playing Doom. Theirs was even to create custom levels for the game. However, rather than look into things like bullying or mental health, the media tried to pin the blame for the shooting entirely on Doom and its developer's ID software. A rumor even stated, spreading around, that Harris had created a custom Doom level based on his school and he practiced in that, although no level was actually ever discovered. They both had detailed journals describing why they did what they did, and all of it completely disproved the idea that it was because of a video game. But you guys know that media, whenever they get a chance to use video games as a scapegoat, they will do it without hesitation. The The 2017 Wichita swatting. And this was a big deal when it happened. Some of you probably even remember it. In late December of 2017, a gamer named Tyler Barris was playing a wager match on Call of Duty World War II with another player in Wichita, Kansas. After losing, Tyler swatted his opponent, or so he thought. It turns out Tyler had the wrong address of his opponent. He actually sent a SWAT team to a random person's house, resulting in that person getting shot and killed. Tyler was arrested for involuntary manslaughter in Kansas, false alarm in California, and then after his arrest, he pled guilty to false information, hoaxes, cyberstalking, interstate threats, wire fraud, conspiracy, and threatening to kill. Perhaps the most disturbing part about the whole situation was the fact that he was very open about all the things he did, often talking about them on Twitter. It was also theorized that he was the same person who called in a bomb threat to CWL Dallas earlier that year, but it was never confirmed. And it just, don't swat people. You can not only ruin their lives, you can ruin your life as well. CSGO gambling. Now, Valve introduced skins to Counter-Strike Global Offensive in 2013 to pretty positive reception. It created a little online community for the game, which not only got players more involved with the community, but it also was a pretty innovative thing for Valve to do, giving players direct control over what they do with their digital items in the game, allowing them to sell them to other players for real money. But it, of course, didn't take long for people to start, well, trying to game the system. Third-party skin betting sites popped up where people could go gamble their skins, which was, I mean, depending on the site, could be sketchy, having skins that were digital for real-world value. But then it was revealed that a lot of them were corrupt, with various content creators altering the odds in their favor and essentially robbing people. The outrage was massive. Valve had to make serious changes to their online community in order to make it harder to do stuff like this. And at number 1 today, Battlefront 2 loot boxes. Yeah, ties in well with the last point we talked about. Star Wars Battlefront 2 was released in late 2017 by EA, who had decided that instead of really fixing the problems of the last Battlefront game and giving players what they wanted, would fix some of the issues, and then put the rest of their focus into making RNG loot boxes that replace the progression and multiplayer give distinct gameplay advantages. Basically, turning the game into a AAA pay-to-win slot machine with a Star Wars paint job. Gamers were pissed at EA's blatant use of the Star Wars license and their transparent attempt to milk the fan base dry. And even Disney got mad at them, as Disney CEO Bob Iger personally called EA CEO Andrew Wilson to express his concern with the game. Battlefront 2's loot boxes were so invasive and obviously predatory that state and federal governments even started getting involved to try and create new laws to prevent such things from happening again. And there you have it, my friends. Two of the biggest video game controversies in gaming history. Gaming has never been that afraid to cover the more taboo topics, but that often leads to people on the outside trying to blame it on just about everything they can. And I promise you, gaming controversies are not going anywhere anytime soon. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you soon.
Damn it. Alright, maybe we're good. Maybe it saved when I was going to and from Whiterun.
Every once in a while, something very encouraging happens in the Star Wars gaming space, and although it hasn't been often since EA took over, one of those things just happened. Hi folks, it's Malkin, and today on Game Ranks, let's talk about Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Oh yeah, boy! So really, I just gotta go back to the fort and I'm good. Yeah, there it is.
Where you develop more abilities on the lightsaber techniques and explore the ancient mysteries of a long-lost civilization, all while staying one step ahead of the Empire and extending the But we just got to kind of see the dirt of it. So let's go ahead and start off by saying the main character's name is Cal. You're a Padawan. You were not a full Jedi at the time of Order 66, the order the Emperor gave that was essentially genocide all of the Jedi, Jedi side events, and Cal goes into hiding. Now, Cal is played by Cameron Monaghan, who is from Gotham and Shameless. In Gotham, you may know him as the Joker / Jeremiah, and Monaghan says he believes the story is relatable, human, and something that people are going to latch onto, which is encouraging. The person portraying the character liking the character and story is, of course, a good thing. It does seem a lot like we're getting a straightforward good guy. That being said, he is deemed a bad guy by the Empire, and being the Empire has control of the galaxy, it's not so good when, where he's hiding out, being working in the scrapyard, an accident forces him to reveal that he has force powers. This makes him a target of the Imperial Inquisition, which we'll see various specific characters, for instance, the Second Sister, who actually is from the Dark Lord of the Sith comic from a couple of years ago. She's a member of the Jedi Order that fell to the dark side and now, of course, works for the Empire, as well as the Purge Troopers, which are more or less a squad of people who are out to kill Jedi. According to the game developers, functionally they'll operate more like a beefy stormtrooper, where stormtroopers will go down with one slash a lightsaber, a Purge Trooper may not. Now, speaking of combat, a quote from the developers has me intrigued. They've said, internally, we call the combat in the game thoughtful combat. You have to identify your enemies and exploit their weaknesses. Now, that's not a new idea. A lot of action games, more or less, fall on that, but not a lot of action games described as having thoughtful combat. So for me, that's kind of interesting verbiage to get from them. Some other things they noted is that various enemies will require different approaches. For instance, Purge Troopers will be brought in whenever there's a rumor of Jedi being around. They're supposedly there to weaken the Jedi for when the Inquisitors show up. The Inquisitors either being force sensitive themselves or trained in a manner that can actually take a Jedi on. Obviously, we won't know exactly what that means until we see some gameplay footage, and even then we may not know entirely, but we did not see any of the game footage. But the footage we did see was not computer generated. It was all in engine, Unreal Engine, might I add, not Frostbite, which is a very conspicuous choice given it is an EA developed title. Now, given this is a Jedi game, obviously combat is going to focus on the lightsaber and force powers, which for me makes me think that this game may end up playing out a lot like Force Unleashed, which I think gets a lot of undeserved love. Is it the best story we've ever heard in the Star Wars universe? Absolutely not, but it is a joy to play. My inkling is that they're probably going to sort of think about how they can make a game like that, but perhaps adapt it to a few more modern conventions and give us a story that makes a single-player, story-oriented narrative game worthwhile. Speaking of which, this is a single-player, story-oriented narrative game. In addition to being an action game, you'll purchase this game, and that'll be it. There are no microtransactions in it. It is a narrative experience. You know, a video game. I saw somebody who was commenting on this game call that a throwback, and I found that very disturbing. This is kind of the thing you want out of Star Wars, the ability to exist in the Star Wars world and kind of live through a wild ride involved in the Empire. I'm not saying that multiplayer games like Star Wars Battlefront don't have a place in the Star Wars universe. They certainly do, and usually the Battlefronts, a few years in, are pretty good. There are no original Battlefront series, but whatever. It's awesome to be seeing a single-player AAA game with some degree of potential at all. Isn't that weird? Like, we see totally narrative games without combat, sure, yeah, but an action game that's actually centered around a narrative, we don't see a lot of that nowadays. So I'm pretty stoked just on the idea that A, we're getting this type of a game, and B, it's gonna be a Star Wars game. And you know, let's throw in a C and say it's a Star Wars game that looks good just immediately. Like, it'll probably get released and be good instead of have a bunch of people get super angry at it and them change things for it to be passable, which is something that's sad to be excited about, but I am. And a big reason for that is I really like experiencing Star Wars stories in the way that single-player video games kind of do it. You end up seeing places that aren't necessarily in the movies. For instance, some of the concept art for this game shows a jungle planet, one not unlike Endor, but in some ways also not unlike Dagobah, the sort of swamp jungle, which I'm there for. I want to see that. I want to find out what it's doing, why it's there, how it fits in with the rest of the Star Wars universe. One of those ways is going to be various droids you see. We've seen some of the K2SO style Imperial Imperial security droids, which makes sense on account this game would take place in the same era as the movie Rogue One, the time in between Episode 3 and Episode 4, where the Empire is sort of consolidating its power as an empire. But there's another droid very specific to your experience in the game called BD-1. BD-1 is Cal's companion. Now, in some ways, it seems a little bit like BD-1 is intended to be a character alongside kind of also being a not annoying Nippy from Ocarina of Time, kind of environmentally being an assistant, while also the developers have noted that BD-1 is specifically Cal's best friend and not a sidekick. Now, I think a particularly interesting and cool thing is that God of War 3's director, Stig Asmussen, is directing this game. That kind of thing is funny to me because the first thing I thought of when somebody said, hey, there's a AAA single-player game coming, my brain said, oh, God of War. That was the last really big one, you know, excluding Nintendo titles. Just to repeat, there is no multiplayer, there are no microtransactions, which really has me excited. I wish there were more games outside of the first-party space that considered doing this in the AAA level of games. But as far as getting a Star Wars one that actually seems to be an interesting chase story about various Jedi hiding out, trying not to be found by the Empire after it.
Oh boy, okay, so we've got all this area up in here that we have yet to discover. We might have like one or two places down here. We've got all of this down here and up in here. Oh wow. We've got a lot up in here.
Screwed up in some way. What do you think? What are you excited for in this game? Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. And if you like this video, please click like and subscribe. Now's a great time to do so. We upload brand new videos every day of the week. The best way to see the first is subscription. So click the subscription button and the notification bell. This video on Bell. Follow me on Twitter.
We'll go here and then work our way up and try and clear out that as much of that area as possible.
Sex is the sandwich, and you can put whatever you want on it, as long as you put this on it.
So we'll put a marker out here, just to give us like a reference point to which direction we need to be traveling.
Trying to kill me. It looks like you're trying to snip his butt. It looks like, yeah, that's.
And then we'll just go from there. And we'll try and scan as much as we can to see if we get anything else.
Okay, everybody watching this on whoever's channel.
You guys out there watching right now.
Here we go. Oh, we got that village.
Just custom maps in this game.
Yes, this
The
game.
winner of people who make a map that we end up playing get 100 free H2O delirious t-shirts.
Wait, no, hell no.
What a nice guy. What a generous guy Delirious is.
Delivered in person.
In person, yes.
You'll get one selfie of Delirious's face.
Oh my god. But yes, this game on Steam now has where you can create maps, and we need maps to play if you want to see more videos.
Yeah, that was very redundant. That's my.
A lot of mammoth camps.
Where you guys go to my videos? You should have look.
Okay, fine. It's in the video because your reaction was funny. Alright guys, come on!
Alright, listen, we must see what's at the end of this map. There's probably nothing. Yeah, let's go!
Yeah! Guys, try to fight me. You guys fight me? You're obviously down there.
Yeah, you're obviously off. He's under.
Holy shit!
Like he's way down there.
How? Oh, damn!
How?
Oh,
You get there.
he's trained on the monkey bars his whole life.
Master.
Oh shit.
You're not sniping me. Hey, hold on. Hey, let's carry Knuckles with us, guys. Through the whole map. Get you a map. We're taking him with us. Knuckles AFK right now, so this is the only way to travel.
Yeah, we're bringing him to make a video. Come on.
Alright, Knuckles, this is going to be the easiest video in your life, Knuckles.
Bernie's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, God.
There's a button. There's a button.
There's a button here. Let's put him. Oh, God.
Push the button.
That is loud, by the way. Just press the button. Someone press the red button.
Yeah, use the Nova.
Yeah. bank him against the wall until it hits the button.
there we go.
Nice. There we go. Whoa, this is so cool.
Oh, wait. Yeah, now
It's a puzzle.
Put him on there. Put him on there, and then press the button.
No, put him on the one on the right here. Here, I got it.
You can get through right here.
What happened? Back to the beginning. We went back to the beginning.
Missed it all.
Help! I'm in a cage! I'm in a cage!
Don't worry, man. Life has a way of turning around.
No, my head is stuck in bars. I can't get my hand out. I can't get my hand out. Please.
Oh,
you press the button? Want to press the button?
Press the fucking button!
I need you to press the button, guys. No. I need someone.
There we go. I got you guys. I got you.
Okay.
Ryan, you got it.
I'm so close. Oh no.
Oh shit.
Oh no!
Boys, my head's dislocated, boys. My fucking head's dislocated.
Ooh, that was bad.
Oh god. Hold up. Yes, I made it. No, we can mount the rescue for him.
Oh, hi guys.
Oh, what's up? If someone makes it, you can just teleport to them.
Jump.
I got you.
Thank you.
Gosh,
Thank you
don't
for
worry
killing
about your fucking mother.
Kiss the butt.
Alright, boys. I assume you just jump.
Oh, it dropped, Sunogo. It dropped.
I made it.
See, parkour.
Oh, then he's dead. He's done.
Come on over.
Alright, of course. No. Oh, you got it. Get out of the way.
Same time, nice. Alright, Brian.
Look at it. Yes.
We had the same idea. Assholes think alike.
I got him. Got you. You're alive.
This is safe as fuck.
Alright. Okay, the rule is you say.
What's the rule?
You have to close your eyes.
Okay, close my eyes. Okay, actually,
you made it. Alright.
No, I clearly fucking didn't. I opened my eyes.
I'm closing my
If I remember correctly, this one is gonna have a bunch of skeevers in it. Can't wait. Yep.
I don't think it's possible to actually run straight through it. There's no way.
No, it's not.
No way. Listen, okay. Mohawk is making it through.
Oh, he made it.
Mohawk. Oh, come on. I felt. No, you gave me a safe. I wanted to run through. I wanted to run through.
You did, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Hold on. I'm going back.
How do you not notice? Oh, God.
Hold on.
Wait. Now go. Don't go.
Okay. I didn't get a chance.
No.
Fuck, I'm walloped.
Get up. Go.
Oh, God.
I didn't get a chance. He got slung out of here.
Oh.
I want one of these at my birthday party.
Wait a minute. Everybody hold on to each other and one person grab onto it. You gotta grab his ass. Grab his ass.
Hold on. Move around. Let go of me, Brian. Let go of me, the fuck. Let go of me. I want to grab your hole.
This is not gonna work.
I got your hole.
Hey, Brock, give me your hole.
Yes, give him his hole.
Present your hole, boys.
Hold on.
This is a human form factor. It's human centipede.
Terrorizer, you got me. Terrorizer. Got me.
Oh, we're good. We're fucking this.
No.
No. There we go. There, we're good now. We're good now.
Oh, shit,
We're good
he has
now.
a death grip on him.
I'm good. He just killed him.
I hear the wolfies. I see the wolfies.
So far. We went so far.
We got it.
Uh-oh. They went in the funnel.
What does that mean? Oh, hi. Only one, boys. Come on.
We're champions. We're champions.
Unison. High five, buddy.
High five. Fist bump.
Nice one.
Nice. Grab him.
My brother.
Grab him.
Grab my hair.
I got him. Pull him up.
This is not working.
Oh fuck.
That up. Don't fuck up this time.
We're gonna catch you.
I got it. We've got you. Pull up. Oh, hell not. What? No, you gotta go forward. Oh, here it goes. Help.
gotta jump
Wait,
forward.
what are you trying to do, huh?
You gotta jump forward just before it goes. You jump.
Come on, you do it. I got it.
Let's fall back.
Okay, we're good. We're good.
Now where do we go?
Now where?
Alright, this way.
Oh, down here.
Why are we walking like this?
Because we're drunk. We're a little bit drunk.
Indiana,
A little shortcut here.
oh, look at him. He's so brave.
Shortcut.
Oh, beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah,
The
running.
borders are coming. Run.
Time be safe. Oh, shortcut. Oh, okay, fuck.
Hey, you made it. You did it. Yeah. Woo.
Okay, you ready? Yes, big red.
Let's bring some of these.
No, there's a catapult down there.
And come back. No, come on.
Oh, geez. Can we make it?
Whoa, that's so weird.
Oh, we need rocks. We need rocks for that catapult over there.
The chandelier.
Alright.
Skip that, jump off.
Kind of worried if he makes it, it's gonna make a. Okay,
No, I pressed the button on this side and
Alright,
everybody
get it back. Everybody get yourself a rock. Oh, come on! Come on! Quit your trolling.
Gotta extend the footage. Stop being a bunch of bitches.
Okay, I got one rock. Hold it or let go? Come on!
There's one
I guess I'm going
wolf up here. Oh, there it is.
Bring it back. Bring it back.
What the fuck?
Everybody get your boulders.
Bring it back.
Your boulders.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Press the button.
I'm bringing it back.
Hey, I don't know which way I'm going. You're coming back to this.
Do not press the button.
Alright,
There we go. Alright, now press the button.
Now press the button.
Oh no, this is gonna be bad. This is gonna be so bad.
Wait, press it. We need to go back for a move. We need to go back for a move. Press the button. Press the button. Press the button. We can't leave people behind. Oh no.
He said press it.
He's trying to be a team player.
He told me to fucking press it.
Alright, I'm getting a smaller boulder so it's easier to control.
Okay, getting in.
Hold on.
My boulder's too big. Okay.
Why is my
Randy
arm
with
there?
the huge testicles, Brian.
There we go.
Alright, I feel secure
Alright,
With
now.
that big fucking
Move on,
testicles.
two boulders.
Alright, let's do this.
Alright, boys, we're coming. Come on, guys.
Everybody, hold on. This isn't good. This is not good.
Oh boy.
I got two boulders now. How did I get two boulders?
Still not good.
I got two boulders.
We're
This is not good. Yes,
good.
Move, I got your boulder.
Yeah, thanks. I did it.
Got two boulders.
Oh, so I guess we gotta hit the targets.
Fuck, my arm.
Alright.
Oh, yeah, sweet.
Alright, pull the lever with a hungry customer.
Alright, fucking pull that shit.
Oh, make it harder to hit it.
I need a fly. I need a fly.
We're fucking.
This is the only time he gets to play Angry Birds.
Oh, get in there.
I'm angry.
Yeah! There he goes. Oh, he made it. He did it. Now punch the targets.
Now I'm going to the end of the map. Bye.
No, don't you dare.
Wait, what do you want me to do? Can I hit the bridge?
Wait, you're over there?
Yeah, no
He
shit.
ain't landing over there.
I'm a bird. I'm a bird. I can
He
fly.
flies.
Look at those non-birds.
What are you guys doing?
Look at those wingless bastards.
Listen, is this your castle? Are you the king of this castle?
I am.
This is it.
Lower the fucking bridge then.
This is it. You know, I'm throwing the
Lower that bridge.
Let me think about that.
I've known you for years, man.
Listen.
Are we ready?
No. But you have, man.
Oh shit. Nice.
Oh, he missed.
Oh, I wish that fucking hit him.
Ha! Nice try.
A little bit hot.
Nice try. 20 minutes. I'll get the next one ready.
We're gonna make it.
Castle.
Gotta move the machine further, no, further ahead. Move the fucking thing further. Move it down like the fucking.
Come on. There we go.
Don't knock the fucking boulder off the map, boys. Move it up further. Move it up further.
Teamwork. Dreamwork.
I told you.
It's good. It just needs to go further.
It needs to go further and left. It's not fucking centered.
Will you
It's
shut
going
the fuck up?
between the
Shut it up.
targets.
You voted off the island. You voted off the island.
You can suck my fucking island.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
You turn it on my life.
You fucking bitch. I'm back here now, you fucking gentle bastard.
That's good. Go, Brock. Go.
Pull the lever.
Yeah.
Get it?
Oh, dang it!
Nice, nice, that's
Yes, we
one.
hit a target.
Bring me on. Can someone press the button?
Don't press the button. He can't press the button if he's in it.
I'll press it again. You gotta press it twice.
All right, there we go. There we go.
You guys
Load it.
hurry up.
Will you shut the hell up? Who you talking to, huh? Talking to you. Talking to you. When we get over there,
Come over here and
we're
fight
gonna
me.
throw you off the island. How do you think about that?
No!
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up, the Joey!
No, hurry up.
That's okay. It's just been easier to move in.
Listen, you gotta hump the wheel if you want to turn it. Hump it. It turned up? What if we rolled it off?
Oh, that's good.
Alright, guys.
No,
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
No, please! Please hit it!
Yes!
Yes! Let it roll! Let it roll!
I'm pushing it down. I'm pushing it down. Look, there we go, boys.
Get him, boys! Fucking get him!
Get him!
Get him!
King Thanos is down! Long live King Delirious!
Fuck Delirious. King Delirious. Let go, man. Let go. You're never gonna get me.
Hey, hold on.
My name is King Delirious.
Listen, I'm climbing off my victim. There we go.
We're friends, you dickhead!
Oh, look, exit! We found the exit. We found the exit door.
Come on. This is the... Wait,
This is the end.
everybody made it. Yeah.
Yes. Everybody do the winning dance.
That is not the winning dance. That is the worst dance ever. I'm glad I helped you guys a ton. Okay?
Yes. Yes. I got him! I got him, guys! I got him, guys!
I flew across the ocean.
Yes. You flew across what, huh? He came around the ground. No. He came around the ground. No. He came around the ground. No. He came around the ground. Yeah. He's throwing it on. Don't you let go. Lay in.
Oh no. Way to go, guys.
Oh my God.
Way to go. Let's just replay the clip of
Let's extend the footage.
You know, the trick is you gotta jump playing with the knob.
Oh, what's that? You gotta spit on it. You gotta spit on it.
Alright, the Angry Bird is ready. The Angry Bird army.
Alright, boys.
Alright, I don't want to hold on to anybody. I just want to...
It's gonna be too heavy.
Ryan,
No, we're not too heavy.
Ryan, pull it up.
1 second.
That means I'm the king. Thank you very much.
Made it
Thank you very
right
much. This is my castle.
Yeah, nice castle, man.
Yeah.
It's
nice entrance.
It's one doorway.
Head studio.
Alright guys, let's clean together. Hey, everybody hold hands. Everybody hold hands. Clean together. There we go.
Yeah, we're like Teletubbies.
Yeah, hold hands, guys. Yeah! Yeah! We did it!
We won.
Oh, God.
Alright, let's pass around this
I've never
joint.
been here before.
Yeah,
pass around the joint, boys.
Oh,
Fucking lit, boys.
Look at
Get off
this.
this joint. Say whatever the fuck we want. It's the end of the video.
To be honest with you, man, be honest with me, man, I have to let you know I'm built that way. So give it to me straight, just give it to me, babe. I had to let you know I'm built that way.
Will you look at that? Bacon, bacon. Woo-wee. Woohoo! Oh! Woohoo! Oh yeah! Oh my beautiful! Save yourself! Come here, sissy.
Let's settle this like gentlemen. A suggestion? Right. Alrighty then. Yes! Yes! I am the champion!
Nice job, partner.
Thank you. Superior shot.
Well, guess that'll do.
Piss off, you bloody pikers!
I have them both of you on here.
Keep me out of that big mouth, or it's still attached to your bloody neck.
Dummy. Now I've seen everything.
You shouldn't even gotten out of bed.
What do you get when you add lettuce and tomato to McDonald's hot deliciously juicy fresh beef quarter pounder? Get fresh, unfresh, unblemished. The new fresh beef quarter pounder to months of bacon. Size something for just $1.
To some, he's a beloved leader who has consistently put their safety and security first. But to others, he's a despised ruler who has shown a flagrant disregard for international and potentially domestic laws. But who is he really? This is the rise of Israel's Benjamin Netanyahu. Benjamin Bibi Netanyahu was born in Tel Aviv in 1949. His father, Ben-Zion, was a historian and known to hold his sons to incredibly high standards. He was also political and extremely distrusting of left-leaning Israelis who wanted to compromise with Palestine. In 1963, the Netanyahus moved to the United States after Ben-Zion accepted an academic post in Tel Aviv. The young Netanyahu attended Shelterton High School, located in what was then a Jewish enclave in the suburbs of Philadelphia. He went to high school at the height of the Vietnam War, and he was reportedly one of the few students who supported him. Eventually, just days before his high school graduation ceremony, Netanyahu returned to Israel to serve in the IDF, or Israeli Defense Forces, and he thrived in the military. Netanyahu served as a captain of an elite commando unit called the Sayeret Matkal after being recommended by one of his members. His service ended in 1972, but that certainly wasn't the last time he would fight. He moved back to the United States to study at MIT. That same year, he married his first wife, Miriam Weinstein. He first met in Israel. But in 1973, war thrust Bibi back to Israel and back into the military. He rejoined the same elite unit to fight in the Yom Kippur War. After the war, he returned to the U.S., but the Israeli military still had immigrants over his life. Netanyahu's older brother Yoni also fought as part of the Sayeret Matkal, but his fate would be very different than his brother. In 1976, during an IDF rescue operation in Uganda, Yoni was killed. This made Netanyahu, who had just started a new job as a consultant in Boston, change course. He started an anti-terrorism campaign with his brother, but his brother's death wasn't the only event that was lasting in his life. In 1978, he and Miriam had their first child, but the marriage crumbled soon after. Netanyahu returned to Israel after the war, no partner. In 1981,
Alright, let's see if we can get up to the stone. Probably not.
During this time, however,
Not this way, at least. We'll have to take like a... Nope, we're Skyrimming this.
was named the Israeli ambassador to the United States. And just like that, Benjamin Netanyahu went in front of the company. He was asked to be Aaron's deputy at the Israeli embassy in Washington, D.C. His American accent set him apart and made him an ideal voice of the Israeli government.
Dang it. Okay.
Netanyahu thrived in his people and was quickly promoted to be Israel's ambassador to the United Nations. In 1988, Netanyahu once again returned to Israel. He ran for a seat in the country's parliament, known as the Knesset, as a member of the right-wing Likud party. And he won. That same year, Netanyahu's old boss, Mr. Aaron, was named Israel's foreign minister. And once again, he appointed Netanyahu as his deputy. Netanyahu was a natural fit for the position, which oversaw relations between the Israeli government and the U.S. Congress. During this time, Netanyahu began positioning himself as a conservative force within the Likud party, and that move quickly paid off. And in 1991, he became the third and current wife, Sarah.
Shite.
Then in 1992, the Likud party was defeated in parliament. A number of Likud leaders resigned, including Netanyahu's longtime mentor, Moshe Aaron, to clear the way for his new leadership. Likud had a whole crop of rising stars, including Netanyahu, who were known as the Likud Knesset. Netanyahu and the rest of the Knesset were seen as part of the
Alright, so we are going to drop off a whole bunch of stuff here.
due to their pragmatic approach to political economy. But when it came down to it, Netanyahu triumphed over all of his peers. He became the youngest party chair in Israel's history during an extremely conflicted time. In 1993, the governing Labour Party attempted to start the peace negotiations with Palestine. The Oslo Accords proposed that the Palestinian Liberation PLO and Israel recognize. Then, the two would gradually reconcile and negotiate long-standing issues over the next decade. As the Israeli opposition condemned the deal, and war ambassador, then Prime Minister, Yitzhak Rabin. He even wrote an op-ed for the New York Times, claiming that a Palestinian state on Israel's border would increase terrorism within the country.
What we're having, in fact, is a general application of responsibility. Instead of taking care of security, there is gross insecurity and irresponsibility on the part of the country.
But in 1995, something would happen that would jeopardize the entire peace process. After holding a peace rally in Tel Aviv, Prime Minister Rabin was assassinated by a right-wing extremist Israeli. His successor, Shimon Peres, called for early elections to gain a mandate to continue advancing the process laid out in the Oslo Accords, but that wouldn't happen. Instead, Netanyahu won the 1996 election by an incredibly close margin. Benjamin Netanyahu became the youngest prime minister in Israel's history. On the campaign trail, Netanyahu consistently denounced the Oslo Accords and outlined policies that would undermine them, like the proposal to expand Israeli settlements in the West Bank. So, in his first term in office, Netanyahu did in fact undermine the accords, mainly through his expansion of controversial settlements. But he also made some major concessions on peace as well, like giving some land in the West Bank back to the PLO. These compromises made it more difficult for Netanyahu to hold his party together. In 1999, leaders in the Likud began turning on Netanyahu. Even his former mentor, Moshe Aaron, turned his back on him and turned him against him. While Netanyahu survived the challenges within his party, he ultimately lost the 1999 national election to Labour candidate Ehud Barak by a wide margin. The results seemed to be a referendum on Netanyahu's policies and signaled that Israeli citizens wanted to continue pushing for peace with Palestine. Netanyahu stepped down as chairman of the Likud party after his loss, handing the role over to Ariel Sharon. But most knew this wouldn't be the end of Netanyahu's political career. In fact, when he cast his vote for party leader after his resignation, a crowd reportedly greeted him with the foreshadowing chant, "He'll be back." And that's exactly what would happen. In 2002, after Sharon became prime minister, he tapped Netanyahu to join his cabinet in a move meant to bring his hard right into his coalition. Over the next few years, Netanyahu remained in Sharon's cabinet, patiently waiting for his time to lead the country once more. Then, in 2005, Netanyahu left at an opportunity. He resigned in protest over Prime Minister Sharon's decision to withdraw Israeli forces from the Gaza Strip.
I cannot be a partner to a move that I think compromises the security of Israel, tears the people apart, and enshrines the principle of the law for the indefensibility of seven lives. I think in the future will also risk the unity of Jerusalem.
After turning his back on Sharon, Netanyahu led a group of self-described rebels who continued to oppose Sharon's plan of withdrawal. And later that year, Netanyahu decided it was finally time for him to regain leadership of the Likud party. He campaigned against Ariel Sharon, and was so close to returning to power, but he was narrowly defeated. Despite his loss, Bibi wasn't finished just yet. In a twist of fate, feeling demoralized by his near loss, Ariel Sharon quit the party to launch his own socialist party. Elections were called for March 2006, but before they would occur, Sharon suffered a serious stroke and was put in a coma.
Alright.
In the wake of this tragedy, Netanyahu is reportedly seen by some as the best leader for Israel's return. Despite this, Netanyahu's party did not win the 2006 election, and he would have to wait another 3 years before he could try again. Likud narrowly lost the next election in 2009, but when a number of smaller parties formed a majority coalition with Likud, Netanyahu was able to once again become prime minister, despite losing that election, since he was chosen to lead the newly formed coalition. And just like that, Netanyahu was back in power after a decade on the sidelines. And with more support from moderates in Israel, Netanyahu began governing without compromise. He refused to freeze the building of new settlements in the West Bank, which are illegal under international law. This move led to the collapse of peace talks with Palestine in 2011. But at home, Israel's booming economy and relatively calm security situation boosted Netanyahu's popularity throughout his time in office, 2013 to 2018. But in 2016, that would change. Netanyahu and Likud support started to crumble. That collapse began after a bombshell investigation was announced. An investigation into none other than Benjamin Netanyahu. This investigation led to 3 separate corruption cases against Netanyahu, and in February 2019, Israel's Attorney General announced his intention to indict Netanyahu on bribery and fraud charges. But despite all this adversity, Netanyahu still managed to win the 2019 election. Now that Netanyahu has defeated this moderate coalition, will his aggressive brand of politics that shaped Israel for 30 years go into overdrive? Only time will tell. Israel's last election was the most competitive one in over a decade. How do you think its results will impact Israeli politics in years to come? Let us know in the comments. And as always,
Hello and welcome to The Mystery Files, the show where we look at the strangest mysteries in the world today.
Today, Robin, I wanted to look at the history of the US space program, and specifically look at the reasons why people think that NASA has lied about their achievements.
This will be good.
So let's jump into it. The National Aeronautics and Space Administration, or NASA, was created in 1958 by Dwight D. Eisenhower for the purpose of combating the rapid development of the Soviet Union's own space program. It was founded on the principle of having distinctly civilian applications and to promote the scientific study of space. NASA has been a leading force in some of mankind's greatest achievements made in space, from the Space Shuttle program, the International Space Station, and of course landing humans on the moon during the Apollo program. However, while some see the work that NASA has carried out over the years as some of the greatest technological feats humanity has ever accomplished, others see only lies and deceit. But why is it that so many people now doubt the official story that NASA tells us? Could this government organization really be hiding something from the public?
But before we get stuck into the nitty-gritty of this mystery, I just want to say a word of thanks to our sponsor, Throne Kingdom at War. Now, any of you who've watched our videos before know that we're big fans of strategy games, and we love this one. It's free to play and can be played directly from your PC browser. And you know, PCs have great graphics, and this is a really lovely looking game. You can manage big cities and massive armies, trade resources with your comrades, and conquer the king's fortress. Arm your hero, get them ready. Challenges.
And it really reminds me of those old 90s strategy games, you know, like Age of Empires and Age of Mythology. So it's really fun, it's addictive, and it's free to play.
You can even team up with other players, including us, if you search for 80 conspiracies in the game. And by following the link in the description below this very video, you will get 200 free gold coins to kickstart your game, as well as 1 day of VIP status for free. What a great deal.
That is an unbelievable deal, Robin. Almost as unbelievable as NASA going to the moon.
Oh,
See
I like
what I
that.
did there?
That was a good one. I like that.
To understand why people might think NASA has been lying this whole time, we must first understand the context of the space program in its early days. In 1961, President John F. Kennedy gave one of his most famous speeches, where he said that by the end of the decade, America will have landed a man on the moon. Meanwhile, the Soviet Union were making strides with their own space program and had already put the first satellite into space, as well as the first man, Yuri Gagarin, in April 1961. NASA did fulfill its obligation and landed the first man on the moon in July 1969. But was this timing a little too close to the deadline? Is this evidence they may have faked the moon landing?
They're under a lot of pressure on.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's what this shows, that they had a motive to lie, if nothing else. JFK set them this deadline of by the end of the decade, and they're lagging behind in the space race
massively. Russia's kicking their asses.
Exactly. The Soviet Union's put the first satellite in space, the first man in space. I could imagine NASA, realizing they're not going to do it in time and just quickly faking it, just so the American public gets a win.
Yeah, but there is that argument that it would have been cheaper and easier just to actually go to the moon.
I mean, there is that argument, yeah, and we can't get around the fact that they did launch a rocket.
Yeah, and there's the scale of it as well. Like, there's thousands of people working for NASA.
Yeah.
Thousands. Let alone the Secret Service and the administration. That's a lot of people whose silence you have to buy. Yeah, cheaper and easier to just do it for real.
But one interesting point that I don't see brought up enough.
Okay.
They lost the tapes of the original moon landing, Apollo 11. They have the later one. They have the later ones, and obviously they have the live footage that was streamed across the world with Apollo 11. But they don't have the raw original footage. And if they did, then modern technology would be able to enhance that footage and improve it so you could see it in more clarity. But we don't have that, and I think that's incredibly suspicious.
How do you lose the footage of your first moon landing?
Their excuse was that they were running low on tapes.
Yeah.
They didn't have any tapes, so they taped over it.
I mean, that was actually a common practice. It was widespread across the world in the late 60s and 70s. BBC famously lost loads and loads and loads of stuff that it filmed because it taped over. But come on.
The moon landing.
The moon landing. Your first moon landing.
Come on, guys. But speaking about the lunar footage itself, loads of people over the years have pointed out inaccuracies or irregularities in the footage, which could point to the fact that NASA have been lying this whole time. Apollo 12's lunar lander touched down on November the 19th, 1969, just 4 months after Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin made history by setting the first human feet on the surface of the moon. But unlike Apollo 11, Apollo 12 was followed by comparatively few people. There was no live transmission, so the public had to rely on official photographs taken by astronauts Charles Conrad Jr. and Alan Bean. One particular picture caught the eye of conspiracy theorists, who pointed out that the reflection in the visor shows a mysterious, unexplained object. To this day, nobody has been able to explain what this is.
So we made a video about this in the past, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, I found this one really interesting. It does look a lot like a Fresnel studio light.
Yeah.
With the barn doors around the light. But at the same time, there's so much other photographic evidence. This one thing, it's simultaneously attributing incredible amounts of competence to NASA in their cover-up and their fakery, as well as saying they're incompetent.
They missed this glaring error.
Yeah, you know.
I think also people don't actually realize how many photos and videos there are of the Apollo program.
Yeah.
NASA has released thousands of images and videos of the whole journey from Earth to the moon. We can put a link to it in the description if you want. Yeah, so what this is saying is that they doctored thousands of these images, but then missed this glaring error where there was a studio light in the reflection of some astronaut's visor. I think that's kind of, a bit unbelievable.
Exactly, this is what I mean, like attributing so much competence at the same time there's no competence to them. However, there's still no real decent explanation for what that mysterious object is. NASA have never come up with a compelling justification for what it might be.
That isn't the only irregularity that people have found in the footage, so I'm just going to talk about a couple more.
Oh yeah, please do.
People point out the fact that there doesn't appear to be an impact crater made by the lunar lander module from its descent onto the moon's surface. It would be assumed that while using its rockets to slow the lander module down, it would scorch or disturb the ground in some way, but this doesn't appear to have happened. Theorists also point to certain photos that seemingly show shadows cast in two different directions. With the sun being the only light source on the moon, how could this be the case, unless it was actually filmed in a studio?
Yeah, we've heard of these before. We've covered them on the channel before. And unfortunately, I think there is a plausible scientific explanation for the low gravity and the hard surface of the moon means you don't get an impact crater having descended.
And in some pictures, you kind of do see a discoloration.
Yeah, you can see scorch marks, I think, from the right angle. There's also things about like the shadows. Genuinely, if you had two lights in a studio, you'd have shadows. You wouldn't have shadows in different angles. You have multiple shadows. The angles can be explained because although it doesn't look like it on the photographs, the terrain is actually different heights and different slopes and things, and objects at different positions relative to the light source will have shadows at different angles to each other.
Just very quickly then, I'll bring out some other points that people make. So how about the fact there are no stars?
Well, again, there's one light source, which is the sun, which just like during the daytime, we can't see the stars because the sun is so bright it drowns out all of the light sources.
How about the fact that the flag is waving, Robin? How do you explain that? There's a waving flag.
Well, that's an interesting one because in a freeze frame it looks like the flag is waving because it's got crinkles in it, but actually the crinkles are from where it's folded up. There's a metal rod stretching it out, and the creases are from where it's been folded. And then there's stuff like apparently there's photographs of objects with letters written on them.
The C.
Yeah, the C on the stone to show that it's a studio prop and it's been marked and the wrong side was facing the camera at that moment. The NASA obviously say, no, that's not the original photograph, that's a reproduction of the human hair got on the lens or something. If you look at the original photograph, that's not hair. And then people say, oh no, that photograph that NASA say is the original. Which,
that's the thing, isn't it? At the end of the day, if you don't trust NASA, then you're not going to believe that they've released the original picture. You're going to believe that they've now released a doctored picture. So it's catch-22, really. I do want to talk about one other aspect about the deep space manned missions that is often brought up by theorists who believe that there is no way that humans could have ever gone to the moon. The Van Allen belt is a field of radiation that mostly comes from solar wind that gets trapped in the Earth's magnetic field. Theorists claim there is no way that humans would have been able to pass through the belt and make it to the moon without giving any astronauts a lethal dose of radiation. Given that the original Apollo vehicles didn't have any radiation shielding, how then did they manage to send men to the moon? So yeah, this is one of the more common reasons that I see posted about why NASA could never have sent men to the moon. Because people say that it would have been impossible to go there with 60s technology, but what do you think?
You can't get through it. However, you can and this is what NASA claimed they did. It's the magnetic field, so it's stronger in certain places than it is in others. You've all seen those diagrams of the Earth with the magnetic field. You can see those kind of loops that go around around and through the Earth. So there's clearly places in the Earth where the magnetic field is like. As for the radiation, it would have been absorbed, a lot of it, by the spacecraft themselves before it gets through to the astronauts. And then the amount of time the astronauts were actually exposed to it was so small, a matter of hours.
It's worth pointing out as well that when people imagine radiation, they think of the atom bombs and nuclear power plants and that kind of thing. But we're not talking about X-rays or gamma rays here. The Van Allen belt contains radiation, but it's just charged particles, which is a different form of radiation entirely. So a lot of the radiation could have been absorbed by the ship, even though there was no protective shielding on the ship itself.
Yeah, you're right. I should have said that the lead lining isn't necessary for the kind of radiation to get in the Van Allen belt. But of course, there's a caveat, which I should say in all fairness, which is I'm not a scientist. I'm just saying what physicists, and in particular NASA, say. So again, it comes back to this whole he said, she said thing. But you also have to be open to evidence either way. So I'm absolutely open to evidence proving that they faked it. But you also have to take the weight of evidence. And I think in general, there's more than enough evidence that looks like they did it to outweigh the evidence that says they didn't.
Okay, I mean, that's fair enough, and I think I'm in agreement with you. But let's take a look at some of the modern day things people say that NASA has faked. Some people go further than suggesting it was just the moon landings NASA faked, and say that all manned space travel, including the astronauts on the ISS, are fabricated. Instead, some theorists claim the interior of the ISS has been recreated on the inside of a plane, and NASA films them while the plane is on a parabolic trajectory that simulates zero gravity. For longer shots, NASA allegedly has the astronauts on wires that they CGI out at a later date, and footage of moonwalks outside the ISS are all filmed inside a swimming pool and edited to look like they're in space. The 536 astronauts who have gone to space have all been telling a lie.
Let's go back to the motive that they had for lying back in the 1960s, which we both said actually makes some sense.
That makes a lot of sense.
They're in this tight space race, Russia lies, NASA lies. There's this big illusion of space launches, but it's all a lie. Why would they still keep lying?
A lot of people say it's for the financial incentive, so they keep their budget, they keep looking
at
things for them.
Well, that's going to do it for me, everyone. Thank you for watching. Sorry I didn't get the post last night. I didn't get off work till 2 a.m. Or, excuse me, 4 a.m. So thank you, everyone, for joining me. I'll make sure to get all these posted tonight, I promise. But everyone take care. Have a good day.